Hello everyone, and welcome to this first game in this best of 7 between Cool and Project Belgium in the Aspiring Experts SemiFinals. This is going to be a very exciting matchup as we have two very highly skilled players. The prize pool for this tournament, the total prize pool is $1,000. So the player that wins here will get a larger share of that prize pool than the other player, and of course have the chance to compete for the largest part of the prize pool by winning the entire tournament in the finals next week. Over in the bottom left, we have Project Belgium. And let me see, do we have team colors on? Let's see what the original colors are. Original colors are orange and blue. I can work with that. In orange, we have Project Belgium playing as the Mongols. Perfect color for the Mongols, according to the original campaigns. And Cool playing as the Mongols in blue, so I guess that comment doesn't mean anything. But both these players, extremely strong. We saw from... I haven't seen too much of Project Belgium's gameplay in this tournament. Nova casted those games. And but I do know that Project Belgium's an extremely strong Arabia 1 versus 1 player. I've certainly seen more games of him in 1 versus 1 than almost any other player in this tournament, aside from Spring. So he's a very, very good player. Cool. Know him a little bit for his team play on the Vietnam teams. Very strong player as well. Took 3 games, 3-2 against Nilly in the qualifiers. Forgot who he played in the round of 32 or 16, in the round of 16. But in the semifinals, in the round of 8, he played against Rubenstock, who was one of the favorites in this tournament, and destroyed Rubenstock 3-1. 2 of those were epic comebacks. And from what I could see from the playstyle, Cool is a more defensive playstyle kind of player. So we'll see how he plays it out this game. This particular map is the map Scandinavia. Scandinavia, you have 2 patches of water on either side. Makes it viable to, dock your side, but also try to dock your opponent's side and kill their fish. So fish is very much a big part of this map. However, it's a kind of short-term bonus because the fish is usually not that thick. But on this map, there actually seems to be quite a bit of fish. One other gimmick of Scandinavia is instead of berries, you get an extra boar. There's quite a lot of hunt. That makes the Mongols a particularly good option on Scandinavia. As you can see, there's also a lot of deer. Normally, Scandinavia is snow terrain. I might have a mod on that is no snow, because some people don't like snow for whatever reason. I'm going to go to my options right here. Down my music pad. Like to have it a little bit on the background, but not too loud. And what happened to the dock here? Do we have a kill? No, we didn't have a kill. I'm going to go with Cool's perspective. Did he lose some HP on some villagers? Well, he lost a lot of HP on a lot of villagers. And I bet that Belgium engaged one of those villagers building the dock, so Cool's dock is a little bit delayed. Look at Belgium. Belgium already has his fishing ship out, taking some nice salmon for his empire. Salmon, by the way, in the medieval times was a meal for the commoner, whereas nowadays it can be quite expensive. So medieval food wasn't always the worst. It's a very large aside from the game we're casting now, but this game is rooted in history. A lot of villagers on this one lumber camp. That's not something to see very often. Looks like this villager will build a second lumber camp, most likely. The 4 on each side, they look to be fairly efficient, but when a tree runs out, they usually run around and it's not so nice. Players click up to the next age, and they still have a little bit of boar food left, which is nice. Both players going up to the next age, identical populations, 19 villagers, 22 population overall. That's early. Of course, they're playing as Mongols, and they're still continuing to get out their fish. Looks like Cool is going to go to the other side, and so is Project Belgium to build a dock. Gotta be aware of these scouts, though, because once they hit feudal age, they'll get +2 attack. They already have the +2 line of sight because of the Mongols bonus, and they should be able to kill a villager. So Project Belgium's going to guard his villager. Meanwhile, Cool is just kind of hanging out over here. Looks like they won't see each other. Here's their line of sights. And thanks to everyone who's joining me right now on the Voobly official channel. It should be a pretty good matchup in this first game. Both players up to the feudal age. few villagers on gold, so both players are going to galley rush. It makes sense. That is the easiest way to slow down your opponent. We have a few walls from Cool, but these walls don't do a hell of a lot. Maybe we'll finish them off later. Welcome, Noisic, to the channel. I think you took 2 games against your opponent, which is very impressive. The competition in this tournament is very, very high. And I hope your performance was satisfactory to your needs. Hey, what's up, Cold Ice? Penguin, welcome to the channel. Fire galleys being made from both players. See the line of sight. Cool has not seen the dock, but he suspects what's going on, so he's going to build a fire galley right away. Going to build a fire galley over there. Cool building a fire galley here a little bit later. So both players going into full galley wars. Burke's Barracks coming up from Project Belgium. And Cool instead is going to wall his base very heavily. Look at this villager from Project Belgium probably wanting to build a tower onto that gold. A lot of idle villagers from Cool, so his economy is definitely messier. With all this idle time and all these palisade walls, I bet Cool might have been able to afford a barracks. Had he saved up the resources for it properly. Is the other semi being played too? Yes, the other semi will be played at... Let's see. In 4.5 hours from now. And this matchup will probably take 2 to 3 hours. So either I'll keep the stream live or we'll go offline and then come back online. So do come back later if you were planning on leaving. So Project Belgium has lost this galley battle. He's got another galley coming out. We have a second dock coming up on Cool's main water. I think that's a smart play. That fish is so important. That scout's going to die. And it looks like Cool is going to lose the first villager this game. So that villager's down. Cool has an advantage on the water here, which means Belgium can lose his fishing ships. And Cool has the second dock here, so you have to imagine that Cool would win. Hopefully he's going to be able to win by keeping his fishing ships alive. It doesn't look like it. This galley is not tasked to that fire galley. Cool is going to try to run away. So Cool ideally should win this water, and Cool might win this water here as well. Belgium going to repair that guy up. Belgium is definitely a step ahead on the land, however, as there are already scouts coming out, and this is terrible. Cool has just built a mill, does not suspect that scouts would be coming out this early, and Cool doesn't even have a barracks for spearmen. So Cool investing into that second dock instead, and the walls, instead of a barracks and stable. And now it might come to bite him, as Belgium is going to start attacking these villagers. It's going to take more than 2 scouts usually to kill a villager. But if Cool's not paying attention, could lose one. This villager's on half HP. Cool's still not paying attention. Not seeing the attack notification. And one villager's going to go down. That shouldn't have happened. These villagers are going to fight. The scout is up the hill. Looks like this villager will die as well. 2 villagers down. 3 villagers down for 1 scout. Or 2 scouts. Now it's Belgium's turn not to be paying attention. 3 villagers for 3 scouts. Well, I suppose that's an okay trade. You certainly would rather have the villagers. So a little bit of back and forth this game. Huge plays coming from my big boy, Project Belgium. I wouldn't call them huge plays. A good play and then a good mistake. A poor mistake. Poor army control coming from Project Belgium, yes. Now Cool has his barracks up. Once again, we see a very defensive playstyle from Cool. I'm starting to define his gameplay as that. A lot of walls from him. Not being very much the aggressor. He's also got that second dock in the area, so playing defensive in that way. But it looks like he secured his water. With 1 fishing ship alive, he'll have to rebuild his fishing ships. However, Project Belgium doesn't have any fishing ships. Looks like he'll rebuild the dock on the left side. And Cool still has a good shot at taking over this water. It's currently 3 against 3. 2 of these fire galleys are in half health. And 1 of these fire galleys for Belgium's on half health. Better targeting from Cool. Going to take down the weak one. This weak one's going to go back, but that fire galley's not going to win 1-on-2. And Belgium might be able to keep the water. So neither player with quite a bit of fish. Players are going to seed up some farms. Belgium getting fletching. And Belgium has 2 archery ranges. Cool could be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't defend from this. Cool's going to go to the mill first. Sorry, Belgium's going to go to Cool's mill first. And Cool is going to have to defend with probably a tower, add an archery range, and some skirmishers, perhaps. I think that would be the smartest move. Let's take a look at Cool's resources. Doesn't have a lot of anything except for gold. So Cool, having 300 gold, I bet he wished he had 300 wood, because then he could plop down 1 or 2 archery ranges for skirmisher production. Looks like these fire dials going to come out. We do have a demo. That would have been sweet if that demo got a hit off, but it didn't. What is in for the winner of this event? The winner of this event will gain... Not 100% sure on the percentage, but the whole tournament is worth $1,000, so I would say probably about $600. Another very defensive play from Cool. Going up with a market. It makes sense when you have 500 gold in the bank. With that gold, he's going to either buy food or going to buy the wood for some archery ranges. I would probably buy food and place a tower somewhere. These archers are actually in, but one of them is very weak. That'll get battered down. And since these archers are against the corner, I think these will get battered down as well. But this is a lot of idle time. Belgium coming forward as well for a tower. And I don't know if Cool is going to be able to survive this. Certainly, Belgium is in a much better position as far as his economy is concerned. Look at all of these farmers that are working peacefully and efficiently. Meanwhile, Cool is stuck on only this amount of farmers, spending a lot of resources, walling his base. Still under a lot of pressure. Gonna place a tower now. Luckily, this tower will take care of Project Belgium's tower, but Project Belgium will be up to the castle age fairly shortly. Meanwhile, Cool is nowhere near it. Got a lot of food in the bank. Some very big mismanagement of the economy for Cool. And it looks like we have our first pause of the game. So Cool with way too much gold. Now Cool has way too much wood. That wood should have been sunk into farms. Perhaps another mill is necessary. And eventually Cool is going to have to make some army. If he goes into skirmishers, he'll be behind in the number count. If he goes to knights, might still have a problem against the crossbows of Belgium, especially if Belgium is up to the next age sooner. Hey, what's up? Quit Pro, welcome to the stream. Glad you said hello. If anyone else is new, I do encourage you to say hello in the chat. I do love to see some viewer interaction. And feel free to ask any questions about the game, prize pool, players, positions in the game. I will be happy to address those questions as well. I have no clue what Belgium is doing. He's losing a lot of HP on his archers. Really wants to get this tower up, but that tower is not... Actually, it is useful, because Belgium can garrison his tower with archers. And basically that causes Cool to have a lot of idle time by garrisoning villagers in the tower. It's a little risky for Cool. Another tower coming up. Castle Age for Project Belgium. And unfortunately, we might see a quick game. Cool has very much mismanaged his economy. Yes. Played this very defensively. Cool, with a little bit of market magic, might be able to get up to the next stage in a reasonable time, but he still will be under a lot of pressure from Project Belgium and still doesn't have any answers as far as what army he should be going in the Castle Age. Hello, Saruan. Welcome to the stream. Hey, welcome, Cold Ice Penguin. Oh, no, I've already said welcome to you. That's okay. Thanks for being so friendly. So Belgium's in a great position this game. Let's see what Cool does once Belgium's in the next age. I suppose the better question is, let's see what Belgium does. Now you're playing as the Mongols. Mongols are a late game oriented civilization. They're particularly known for being weak in the Castle Age. But what you should do as Project Belgium is maybe upgrade to crossbow. Cavalry archers might be on the cards as well. I think just upgrade a crossbow. And with the positions these players are in, just add 3 town centers. Sure, you can go with the Siege Workshop. But what position do you really want to pressure? You might want to pressure that stone. I don't want to see Cool getting up a castle. That would be in the far future anyway.
Yes.
Looks like Cool is trying to expand out for something. I don't know what. Or just really wants these walls up in time. Really wanted those walls up, and for good reason. Going over to this lumber camp, but it's not very much safer. And Cool knows that once that crossbow upgrade, these crossbows will be able to range the wood line. So Cool is going to need a tower to help defend. Doesn't really help that much. I mean, the crossbows can still go up here, and they can still go down here. So you would need 2 or 3 towers to defend the wood line. And in fact, that tower is no good. It is too close to the crossbows. By the time Cool gets up, Belgium will have a 10 villager advantage, and with extra town centers, I expect that to grow even more. And it is still growing, as Cool is losing even more villagers. I think this is a pretty good game. 16 fish. Yeah, Cool does have a lot of fish, actually. Good for him. As long as those fish are working efficiently, then perhaps you could say the economies are comparable. Of course, the fish will eventually run out. Whereas the villagers hopefully will stay alive and working productively. We have a rare siege tower from Project Belgium. And Belgium could actually get in right now if he wants to. Maybe he's having a little trouble clicking, which is unfortunate.
No.
Rogers Waters saying if someone can still win this, it is Cool. And I think that is correct. We saw Cool going heavily behind, like really far behind, like as far behind as he is in this game. In the first 2 games versus Rubenstock in the last round, and he ended up winning both of those in a late game. And that was pretty crazy. Cool, where is Cool going? Sorry, where's Belgium going with the siege tower? I'm not sure. Looks like Cool has seen the siege tower. These walls will not stand very long. Canero coming for Cool for his towers. Bosaw, but still no options as far as military is concerned. Cool even sneaking a few villagers out in the north. Down in the south, New Dock. But that has already gotten shut down. Rubenstock gone. Yeah, Rubenstock is gone. Cool defeated Rubenstock 3-0. Crossbows are in. There should be enough towers to defend. We have a siege workshop from Cool. There's now a 20 villager difference between Belgium and Cool. Luckily, a few crossbows. A lot of crossbows will go down to this tower. Not the best micro in this game. Work galley being upgraded for Cool. We'll get it before Project Belgium. Sorry, there's no whole command. Maybe we can add it for next time. And actually, this hole was pretty detrimental to Belgium because Belgium's going to lose all of his crossbows. Almost all of them. But in just a moment, looks like Belgium will be having double the villagers of Cool. Gilnet's coming in from Cool. Great upgrade. If Cool can keep these fishing ships working with that Gilnet's upgrade, then maybe, I don't know, maybe could have a chance at this game. That is a lot of extra food income. What is the university? Oh, is it for guard tower? Cool might be the most defensive player I've ever seen. Like, legit. Guard tower. Oh my god. Guard tower in a Mongols matchup. I was so sure Rubenstock would win this. Yeah, he's a very strong player. I was surprised. Very surprised. Spring as well, being defeated in this tournament by one of the players to come up in the next few hours in the next matchup. And Fëanor being defeated. A lot of other strong players going out in this tournament. Belgium now with the castle. We have a problem if this game ever goes to late game for Cool, and that is Cool has no control over his own stones. Belgium's in the Imperial Age. Belgium will get trebuchets. This game is over. I don't think that Cool is going to have a massive comeback from this. I've said that before, but I really, really don't think this is going to happen. Cool has not made a single land military unit this game, except for maybe a spearman or two. And a mangonel. So I expect to see the... In a normal player, I would expect to see a GG from Cool as soon as Imperial Age comes in, but this is not a normal player. The King of Comeback Cool. King of Comebacks Cool. Town Center coming from Cool, but it will get tripped down. Taking a look at Cool's resources, he does have a lot of food. I think one thing you can try to do, maybe build some stables here and raid with those Mongols like have. Looks like even that would have been shut down by Mangadai. Loiza will win, easy. Oh yeah, that was the biggest upset of this tournament. Do you want me to give a spoiler, 50 Wolf? I suppose you're here watching a semifinals game. I shouldn't hold back the spoilers. But someone might want to break the news to 50 Wolf. So Belgium with a second castle on the hill, again controlling the stones. Here's that Imperial Age, and do we see the GG? No, no GG. Belgium's in the ideal position. We'll be transitioning to Mangadai, getting a few trebuchets out. How do you stop a trebuchet? The villagers? I don't think so. Nice mangonel hit from Cool. And another. And almost one more. So these crossbows have Bracer. They'll be doing a lot more damage versus that mangonel. There we go. Score difference is not too much compared to the advantage. That's a pretty big score difference. That is a pretty big score difference. And there's the GG. So Belgium taking a pretty convincing game over Cool. Early games were actually pretty close in the Feudal Age. But Belgium, with going up with that stable, killing 3 villagers, of course losing 3 scouts as well, and then transitioning to archers. Cool did not make any military this game, and if you don't make any military this game, you can expect to lose it. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So a lot of good pressure from Belgium, and from there, you could do whatever you want. Add castles, add town centers, whatever. So, pretty convincing win for Belgium. We'll see what Cool has to offer in Game 2. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second game in the series between Belgium and Cool. Belgium taking a 1-0 lead over Cool. Cool just did not make military last game. I don't think he'll have that problem this game as he starts with a castle. This is Regicide Valley. Valley? Regicide Valley Fort. Interesting matchup. We all know the map Valley. Valley's a map with tons of deer and stuff in the middle. And as you can see already, Cool going out to the middle. He starts with more villagers at the Chinese. He starts with 3 more villagers. A very strong civilization. And Cool already stealing a boar from his opponent, or taking one of the boar from the middle. Looks like there are tons of boars from the middle. So this is a regicide matchup. So if you lose your king, you are done. I get very nervous when I see a king in orange, because orange is, of course, Bagiofro's or Bakhti's favorite color. Bakhti is known for losing his kings early. And actually, orange, do you guys want me to change the colors? Orange does blend in a little bit for this map. I like unique colors, but I'll leave it up to you guys in the Twitch chat. Valley Fort hype, yeah, this is pretty cool. The name of the channel, Voobly Official, is actually Voobly, or it's just a coinciding name. Basically, Voobly Official represents... Voobly, we're all volunteer casters. Anyone can join the channel, as long as you have a good enough casting repertoire experience. But we do not make things like policy. So it's kind of like independently associated, but we are associated with them a little bit. Cool. Exploring a little bit with their team colors. Okay, I'll do team colors. There we go. So let me reintroduce the players. We have Cool in red and Belgium in blue. We will keep these colors for the rest of the matchups. Belgium luring another deer. Yeah, okay, there we go. So they were able to choose their civ, right? Mongols would be nice here. No team colors, please. Oh, jeez. Everyone is, I think more people want the team color, so I'm going to keep it on that. The orange blends in with the map, if you're looking at the mini-map. So I can understand that one. Project Belgium with a very quick next age. Someone mentioning Mongols would be a good pick. Mongols was also a very good pick on the last map. The thing is, Chinese and Berbers are very good picks on this map as well. So it makes more sense to use the Mongols in the previous map. And let's talk a little bit about these civilizations. So the Chinese, you get extra villagers at the start, and they can work right away, unlike most maps, because there are already farms here. So the Chinese is great for their economy. They get other economy bonus as well. These farms, not these farms, but the farms that the Chinese normally put down have extra food on them. All upgrades are discounted, which is a great bonus. And they are one of the most versatile civilizations in the game, and their unique unit is fairly strong. In the Chukunu, apologize for the bug flags there. So you want a strong unique unit on Regicide, because you start with a castle. The Berbers also get a strong unique unit in the Camel Archer, probably the second or third strongest unique unit in the game, in the Castle Age. And that's mainly why you choose Berbers, is because of the Camel Archer. Their cavalry is cheaper as well. Who has the edge in this matchup? I'm not exactly sure. So the Camel Archers are better raiders, but the Chinese have a better economy and a little more versatility. And the Camel Archers are better raiders, but I think the Chuckanus are better with the straight-up fight, so it depends on how you want to play it. Sneaky Stable from Cool. That is interesting, considering you'll be making Chuckanu, right? Yeah, we'll be making Chuckanu. Let Cool be blue. Sorry, I can't do that. That's impossible for me to do with the way the game is set up. But Cool, yeah, absolutely should be blue. I understand that as well. Belgium taking the scout there, and we'll be able to see the scouts of Cool. Belgium's up to the next age much quicker, actually. Interesting strategy from Cool. He's definitely delaying his castle age quite a bit. And do I think that is worth it? Probably not. I don't think it's worth the scout investment. That scout's going to run in. That scout should be able to find scouting information, but might die. Going to take one villager. Going to take the scout. That's pretty good value for Cool. Now Belgium is not able to take the deer, so we'll have to build a mill. But we will see camel archers in just a second, so that is something to consider. Killing another villager. Actually, Belgium doesn't have loom. Wow. Belgium was not expecting this stable plan. Neither was I. So 2 villagers down. This scout is extremely deadly. It's just going to take a few whacks to kill another villager. Don't run into the castle. Don't run into the castle. Has to dodge those arrows. Looks like it dodged most of the arrows. And now Cool's up to the next stage, and not too bad of a time. What is Cool going to do? Is Cool going to batter his way through? It makes little sense to me because we'll be seeing camel archers right now. And I hope Cool goes back. Because here comes the camel archers. Does Cool have any other villagers? No. I'm thinking Cool is forgetting that this is regicide and Belgium already has a castle, because here comes the camel archer. And now Cool has to go back. I think maybe Cool was just trying to save that scout. But I just don't think that it was worth the idle time. And now that camel archer is in... Are these villagers going to be able to take out a camel archer? No. Maybe 3 villagers could have. This villager's going to try to be a hero. But instead he'll go down. That camel archer... 7... No, a whopping 9 attack. Wow. Panic time for Cool. Doesn't want this camel archer to kill any more villagers. We'll be able to make some Chuckanu. And look at the resources for Cool. They're very good. 300 at least of each resource. Oh, you have to have Alt-G while Cool unit is being selected. Okay. That's not something I was aware of. But yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And in a straight-up fight, I think the Chuckanu should win. As well, Chuckanu are a little bit cheaper. Cool can add a second town center. Has Belgium had his second town center? No, he is not. I think Cool's economy is in a better place. Just from killing those 2 villagers early on and not being pressured too much. And as of now, let's take a look at the stats. We have 1 extra Pierce Armor for the Camel Archer, 1 more attack for the Chuckanu. Everything else is the same. So with Bloodlines, the Camel Archers will be stronger. But again, the Chuckanu is a bit of a cheaper option. And how did that Camel Archer get in? Looks like there's a hole right there in the wall. So this could be some trouble if Belgium decides to run in. There's more Camel Archers than there are Chuckanu. We have padded Archer armor coming in for the Camel Archer, giving them a pretty good advantage. And Cool's going to have to defend from this now. Luckily, his base is set up okay. Might have to run away from this wood line. Cool should get the armor upgrades for his Chuckanu if he has a blacksmith. Yes, he does, in the south. It's going to cost him 100 food. And luckily, Cool is going to take this hill. Very lucky that he has that hill. A lot of Chuckanu being queued for Cool. Back at Belgium's base, second town center is being added. We have a significant villager advantage for Cool. Although quite a few villages are idle. And it looks like part of that palisade was constructed. Unfortunately, not enough HP went up on it to trap the Camel Archers. And it looks like Cool is going to take the economy advantage this game, so Belgium will have to raid to get back in it. I don't expect too much raiding from Cool because he's got the slower unit in the Chuckanu. We'll see what happens. Is Project Belgium going to really invest? Or is he going to add more town centers? It looks like he's going to really invest. Going to place down a stable, which costs 175 wood. Remember, that wood could have been placed into town centers or farms. But instead, we'll probably see the Bloodlines and maybe husbandry upgrades. So with Bloodlines, these Camel Archers will definitely be stronger than the Chuckanu. And I think that makes sense with how Belgium is going to be pressured right now. Cool going with the University. We'll probably think about Ballistics. Ballistics is an expensive upgrade. A little cheaper for the Chinese. So Belgium has Bloodlines. He should push out now. Before Cool gets Ballistics. Ballistics is a big upgrade for Chuckanu. That said, Thumbring is also a big upgrade. And Belgium can't afford to go any more villagers behind. Currently 4 villagers behind. So Chuckanu going to make their way to the left side. Going to find a lot of villagers there. We might see an engagement. Ballistics is just completed. We have a hill for Cool. Cool should win this fight. Should win this fight easily, in my opinion. Belgium does not know his opponent has Ballistics. Well, he should know now. And this is a huge disruption to Belgium's economy. Look at how many idle villagers he has. So far, the Chinese pick has been very good. The stable play from Cool in the early game, very unorthodox, but paying for itself. Now we have a Siege Workshop for Belgium. Mangonels, they can get a huge shot on the Chuckanu. The Chuckanu only have 4 range, so that makes them a little more vulnerable to Mangonels, but they also have way more damage against Mangonels. China OP on this map. China is very good on regicide starts. So I suppose you could say China was a better pick of civilization. Is Belgium going to take this fight? Once again, the Chuckanu are on top of the hill. Good positioning from Cool. And if Belgium is not able to do damage with his Camel Archers, then he's not going to be able to come back in that villager count. And usually the player with more villagers tends to win this game. So we have 10 more villagers from Cool. Not to mention, again, the upgrades are cheaper. And the farms will have a little more food on them. Chuckanu. Definitely the funnest unit to pronounce, Chuckanu. Why is the king there? Jesus, saying one of the spectators. Where is the king, actually? Sometimes the king can go wild places if you're building from a building. Oh shoot. I see a little dot on the map. Here it is for Belgium. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go over to Belgium's point of view. How is that king there? That is a crazy unsafe position for Belgium, but it is right outside the line of sight of Cool. But if Cool wants to expand this way, then he'll see the king. So maybe Belgium was scouting with it and forgot about it, or he ungarrisoned his castle to that position. But it's the curse of the orange color, man. Remember, Belgium is playing as orange. And that's Baggio-Fro's color. Finally, third town center for Belgium. But it won't help him too much getting back into the villager number if he can't raid. And so far, Belgium having trouble building a lot of camel archers. He should have more than this. Let's see how he does against the mangonels. Both mangonels are stacked on top of each other, on top of their minimum range. But Belgium's not paying attention, and he's going to walk right past them. Mangonel should be able to defend behind walls. And good splits. Oh! Taking two big shots. Now a few knights here to take out the mangonels. Town Center's gonna kill a whopping 3. Almost 4 Chuckanu. Belgium's gonna have to come back and defend. Belgium needs to kill more villagers. Cool, now getting the handcart upgrade. His economy's gonna be set. And huge, another big mangonel shot. Actually, it looked a little bit better than it actually was. The original color is orange. The color now with team colors is blue. Alright, let's see if Belgium can get the clean up on these Chuckanu. Chuckanu do have a little bit of a hill. Cool has abused his hills a lot this matchup. And certainly a lot stronger showing from Cool this game. That was another big shot. All of these Chuckanus are on very low HP. So Cool is going to have to get out of there. Belgium, if he had ballistics, this would have been a good fight to take. I don't think these camel archers are quite strong enough. But if another mangonel hit comes in, it'll be epic. What are you doing, Belgium? You're not protecting your mangonel. Gonna take 2 more hits. 1 hit. Nice play from Belgium. Getting in between the mangonel, I would have never thought to have done that. Here's a castle from Cool. On top of the hill. And this is a little bit Viper-esque. Viper always places castles on top of the big hills on fortress-type maps. Goes up to the Imperial Age sooner and always wins the Treb War because of that. That usually wins him the game. However, now it's looking a little bit more like doubt as Project Belgium going to swoop in with the Camel Archers. Chuckanu are not very mobile, and they're going to take some time to get back. There's only 3 villagers remaining. Project Belgium going to place a castle right there. Tower coming up from Cool, but it's too late. Now is it Project Belgium's time to have a doubt castle. Another big mangonel hit, taking out 5 Chuckanu in 1 shot. And epic comeback from Belgium. Belgium is not out of the hot water yet. He is going to go into a trebuchet battle with Cool, and Cool is way sooner up to the next age. But Belgium will survive for the time being. It's a doubt castle! Everyone with their grass doubt emotes. Yay. Oh gosh. Belgium only now getting wheelbarrow. Remember, Cool researched handcart about 5 minutes ago. So Belgium will be up to the next stage. However, by the time he gets up, probably will lose at least 1 castle. And still, look at this king from Project Belgium. Still all out there in the open. But still outside of Cool's line of sight. So we'll keep an eye on that king. Cool will continue investment into Chuckanu. It makes sense. Why switch into any other unit? Belgium's now up to the Imperial Age. Economy is still better for Cool. Cool will have the tech advantage. Military count is 26 versus 17. Cool also has a military numbers advantage. I really like Cool's position this game, especially with that king just hanging out over there. If the king dies, he loses. Yes, that is correct. That is the purpose of the king in regicide. Usually it doesn't come to that. But sometimes it can, and sometimes it can lead to unexpected victories. Let's see where Cool's king is. Cool's king is hanging out over here. It's ungarrisoned because the castle is actively making units. You usually don't want your king in there when it's actively making units. Research is spies or treason, yes. That would be something. Might not be necessary for Cool, though, as Cool is pushing, now getting a thumb ring upgrade. These Chuckanu will have a lot of upgrades. The elite and the rocketry upgrades are expensive, so it might be some time before Cool can afford those. Belgium trying to heal up his camel archers as best as possible in that castle. Looks like Belgium will continue to go for camel archers. I think elite skirmisher might be something that you might want to consider if you're Belgium, because you will lose a castle. I don't think you can maintain production 2 against 1. That's just a little bit of math. That just doesn't make any sense. This king might be visible. It's just out of the line of sight. Look at that. Just out of the line of sight. And at this point, it looks like Cool can afford one of those expensive upgrades for the Chuckanu. Actually going to tech into a pikeman. I think that's a much safer choice. Add the barracks and tech into pikeman now. And maybe even add a few cap rams. That's a much safer choice, in my opinion. Belgium going to go Onager. Onager's a good choice. Onager will counter the rams. That's a better choice than skirmishers. Definitely. And Onagers, they can definitely turn around a game. Let's see. Nope, not quite yet. They're still working on it. These lumberjacks never knew they were going to be so critical to this game. And it looks like Onagers is going to have to be re-researched as that siege workshop went down. Another siege workshop being built for Belgium. War tribes going to move forward. They'll probably target the town center or the siege workshop or the castle. These are all buildings that Belgium can't afford to lose right now. Cool is going to have how. Belgium right now with only 2 mangonels, a trebuchet, and a few camel archers to defend. Cool is going to take the hill, which will basically guarantee that this castle goes down if that army remains. Belgium's going to do something very smart, and he's going to go for the counter raid. That is a very smart thing to do. I'm going to defend at home with Trebs. Laughing. And probably because the camel archers ran straight into a castle. Nice position on Cool's castle. Very good defensive location for that.
Yes.
Let me turn chat off now. So no castles left for Belgium. Gonna have to be forced to defend with onagers. And now it might be elite skirm time. Not looking very promising. Is the king visible yet? Still not visible. And the king for Cool, still in the middle of the base, still safe. Now siege rams being upgraded for Cool. That'll make this push even harder to defend. And it looks like we'll go for a 1-1. So both these players evenly matched. This is what happens when you forget his regicide. It's not going to matter, actually. Because Cool is winning on the front as well. I wonder where Belgium's king is. Probably in this town center. Not too safe. Anything? No, still no. Alright, this push looks almost unstoppable. Elite Chuckunu now being done. Elite Chuckunu can probably even go toe-to-toe with the Skirmishers. Nope, no raffle, no giveaway today. Not a king kill win, I guess. Yeah, I know we were all looking for that king snipe. That would be pretty funny. I think it'd be even funnier if you walled in the king and then you did like a little flare to show your opponent that you walled them in. Might be misinterpreted as bad sportsmanship, but whatever. Now even the guard tower's coming up. This game's pretty over. Pretty over. Belgium building one more castle. All the way in the back. I have to give it to Belgium. Belgium still has a good villager number. And there's the GG. So unfortunately that king snipe is not going to happen. King just hanging out safely in the back of the base. It's actually probably safer here than it was in Belgium's base. But yeah. Alright, so 1-1. Series tied up. Chinese might have been the superior civ pick. Hello everyone, and welcome to this third game in the Aspiring Experts semi-finals matchup. This is a best of 7. This tournament is for quite a bit of cash, so players are very motivated to be winning these games. In blue, we have Project Belgium playing as the Aztecs. And in red, we have Cool playing as the Japanese. So let's talk a little bit about these civilizations. Actually, let's look at the map first. It's a little more interesting, a little more unique. So a lot of fish here in the middle. You will definitely want to get up a dock here. Sometimes you see players going to their opponent's water and building a dock there to take out some of their fishing ships. So if you have more fishing ships than your opponent, that is a big advantage to you. There are a few sheep here, a few straggler trees, but after that, you'll have to transport your villagers over with the transport ship. As you can see, the transport ship can also transport sheep onto the main island to keep these villagers busy. Outside, there are very small piles of berries, gold mines, and stone mines. Usually you see players building a mill to take the shorefish and sometimes the shorefish and the berries at the same time. It is possible to wall parts of your map, like if you want to wall here and here, make a little base for yourself. But if you want to wall against the shoreline, I believe you need a dock to do that. So you'll have to have a dock and then some palisade wall. And that'll make the wall a lot more expensive, or you have to be a lot more creative with it. So players can either bring their villagers over to the side to take resources or the back. We see Cool building a lumber camp in the back of his base, and the same thing with Belgium, so that is the safest position. Is deleting your starting TC a strat? It is not a viable strategy, no. It costs too many resources to be able to delete your town center and to rebuild it in the early game. So what you see with players, especially with players such as these that have a very high actions per minute with a lot of game experience, they'll just transport their villagers over with the transport ship and keep things working that way. And the town center as well will give you a little bit of a defensive advantage if your opponent does dock your water. This map seems like a pain in the butt. It is absolutely a pain in the butt if you're a player, because you have to go back and forth with the transport ship, click a lot of buttons with that. Make sure you have your ungarrison hotkey in your transport ship ready. That is not something I ever think about. But as a viewer, this is a great map. Very good map. So let's talk a little bit about the civilizations now that we've gotten the maps out of the way. The Aztecs are strong on every single map that you're going to play. So in a 1 versus 1 setting, just Aztecs are great. They have a good economy. I mean, they really have the trifecta here. They have an economy that is really above average. Their villagers carry 5 extra resources. They have a great military bonus with all their military buildings building 15% faster. And sure, their tech tree is lacking some things. It's lacking cavalry, but they do get access to the Eagle Warrior, which can be so strong, especially in the Castle and early Imperial Age. As well, these docks will be creating 15% faster, even in the Dark Age. So Aztecs is a strong option for every map. I don't think they're particularly strong on this map. but they're just good overall. The Japanese, on the other hand, is a very specialized civilization. And they're a good pick because their early game is strong, with their lumber camps, mining camps, and mills costing 50% less. Their fishing ships are extra strong, with double the HP and 2 extra pierce armor. So it's much harder for your opponent to place a dock on your water. And probably most importantly, the fishing ships will be working faster every age. So that is a nice eco bonus for Cool. A weird position to kill a sheep. That's okay. Do I have my own Twitch account? Nobody. Yes, I do. You could do... Actually, it's probably just easier if you look it up, because I really don't stream there anymore. I've dedicated the last year to streaming on Voobly Official, but I did stream for 2 years on my own account. Eventually, I'll be doing probably some more. What is it? Joan of Arc Ultra Hardcore. That's like my signature series on my own channel, but probably not too much streaming on my own channel. However, you can do !caster in the chat, and you can follow my YouTube channel, which I always keep active. But if you're going to see me casting, it's going to be on the Voobly Official channel. Does Poo... my words get a little mixed up in my mouth sometimes. Does Voobly pay you to stream for them? No, they do not. This is an all-volunteer channel. I am just glad to have a community contribution and stream to you 120 viewers right now. Have this game go to YouTube and share it on YouTube with everyone on my channel, on Voobly Official's channel, and be a part of this team and help other casters get along. So if you are interested in casting Age of Empires and have little experience, then I would be interested in helping you out and have a contribution to the community. And I just get satisfaction from that. That's it. No one pays me. We don't usually have a lot of donations on this channel either, which is hopefully something we can improve upon. But no, it's just a lot of fun casting here and covering these games for the community. Because this is a great tournament. This is a tournament with some great players that we don't see all that often. Good prize pool, very good admin, some very crazy settings. And I'm just really glad to cast these. We have Cool docking his opponent's island, walled in that villager there. Actually, he's going to place 2 docks. That is rare to see. Usually you only see 1 dock when you're docking your opponent's water. 2 docks is very expensive. So certainly, Cool trying to benefit from these mills and lumber camps being cheaper, and mining camps as well. So that's 150 wood right there. 50, 50, 50. Dock is 175 wood. So a nice advantage for Cool. And Cool will have a good shot at taking out these fishing ships of Belgium, giving him a very good advantage. You still have to run into the town center, which can be a problem. Second dock coming up from Belgium. Belgium's docks will again be building 15% faster, so there is that. But Cool has a very good uptime, so we'll have those fire ships out sooner. Hey, nobody, long-winded question, but in a way up between diverse power, Chinese and Malians, very diverse civilizations, you're right. Or single focus power, eagle spikes for Aztecs plumes, yes. Which do you think is healthier for balancing goals? So I'm a very big fan of balance discussion. I actually will have a balance patch coming out pretty soon. And we'll have a show match for that. But that is in the works. So I really love talking about balance, and I believe there needs to be more, a little more focus on balance efforts in the community, since it's been a long time since a patch. But to get to your question, it is important to have both, and both can be balanced. I think everyone would agree that the Aztecs and the Mayans are too strong overall in 1 versus 1 settings. The Aztecs are actually weak in team games, but they're not like super weak. Mayans are actually fairly good at team game settings, so they might need to be taken down a notch overall. And Chinese and Malians are fairly popular civs as well. You can check that out on the civ stats that are available online and their win rates. So I believe there are some changes that can be made to both the Malians and Chinese to nerf them just a little bit. These are very small changes we're talking about because the balance overall in the game is fairly good. And then if you're going to nerf the Aztecs, you need to make sure not to nerf them with the team game potential being there. So you just need to be very careful with it. I believe, however, it is possible to have these very different play styles and still have all the civilizations chosen on different settings. So very complicated Very complicated question, very complicated answer. I haven't done coaching in a while, Nerd Rage. Let's get back to the game. We have 3 fire ships for Cool, 3 fire ships for Belgium. Even matchup. All 4 fishing ships are still alive for Belgium. Belgium wants to keep his fishing ships alive. And this town center, again, will help in the defense. That is a little bit of an extreme solution, Nerd Rage. You need to take things very small. But I think they should be done more frequently. Small but frequent changes. Cool, getting wheelbarrow now. Very early wheelbarrow for Cool. I'm not a big fan of early wheelbarrow. At least it keeps your town center working and you don't have to go back and forth with the transport ship. But wheelbarrow is typically an upgrade that disproportionately affects farmers, and we don't have any farmers yet. But regardless, it looks like Belgium has defended. I'm not a big fan of docking your opponent's water because I think the defending player has too much of an advantage. So this is a pretty sizable victory for Belgium to take out both the opponent's docks and keep the fishing ships alive. And Belgium's building a market now. Belgium will be able to go up to the next stage right now. A lot of good resources for that. Fishing ships have not been hindered at all. And Belgium going to build a barracks. And we'll probably go into Eagle Warrior. That is the strongest option. We have Cool adding a few scouts. Cool would be up to the next age fairly shortly as well. So in the Castle Age, we'll probably see Knights against Eagles. Project Belgium, of course, can add some Spearmen. We probably won't see too many of them. I would be very surprised to not see any monks, however. The Aztec monks are very strong. Cool actually sneaking a villager past these walls, and we'll see what he decides to make. Maybe it'll be another stable. But this is a little weird from Cool. Actually, that's some pretty good value with the demos, but I think it's weird that Cool is still going for the water. I think you should give up at this stage. Yeah, he upped first, but did almost no advantage. A lot of that, I think, is just defender's advantage on this map. Having that town center in the middle helps a lot. Cool might get lucky, though, and kill this villager. And there's another scout there, forcing a tower there. Cool is all over the place, building a tower here, which is great because it forces Belgium to build a tower there. What happened to this villager? This villager's still here. Might build a tower on the wood line. Cool is doing a lot of damage now. And for once in this matchup, Cool is actually being the aggressor. He was the aggressor last game, though, of course. But from overall, Cool's playstyle is fairly defensive. And these early scouts doing a lot of damage. So just that timing is great. Gonna kill a lot of villagers. Gonna get up with those towers. Of course, if you're going up to the next stage, sometimes players like to save the food for knights, which will be a lot stronger. But just the timing on these scouts is perfect. And this tower will get up and will deny the wood line. This tower does not have fletching for Project Belgium. Can't afford it. And it's not looking too good for Belgium. Belgium has to afford either the Pikeman or the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Neither upgrade is particularly cheap. Belgium is only getting food from these fishing ships. And here's a market for Cool. Unfortunately, this villager didn't do a whole lot, and it looks like it will get killed. It needs to finish that market, though, and I don't think she will, unless we see some Viper quick walls. There we go, Castle Age for Cool. That is going to be a waste of 175 wood if this villager can't complete this market. So those are some potential options, Napoleon, but there are other ways to go as well. Certainly there's a lot of ways to try to do different things, and whatever you do, you want them to be very small changes to not disrupt things too bad. So Scout's gonna trade off a little bit there. We have a lot of towers from Belgium. Well, 2 towers, but that's still a lot of towers for this stage of the game. So not a good investment from him. I wonder, is Cool going to be able to add a town center back at home? Doesn't look like it. A lot of action going on around the whole map. It's a very complicated map. Cool with water control, but is currently killing a house with his water control, so not too valuable. Knight going to be destroyed by a spearman. Another knight killing a villager. Villager count right now, we have 4 more villagers for Cool, so advantage for him. Belgium still needs to get either the Eagle Warrior upgrade or the Pikeman upgrade. And Cool not having the War Galley upgrade is certainly going to hurt him. Cool with a very early heavy plow upgrade. And Belgium going to make use out of his Aztec monks. Aztec relics, of course, give the Aztecs 33% more gold. And look at these. Look at these relics are very close to Belgium's base. Another good engagement with the Eagle Warrior right there, and we finally have the Pikeman upgrade for Project Belgium. So Project Belgium has stabilized, in my opinion. He is 4 villagers behind. And it looks like Cool is also going to be going for those relics as he has a monk of his own. Both these civilizations pretty good. Pretty good infantry and monks. A little bit similar in that regard. So I am worried about these eagles potentially raiding. It's a good thing that Cool has walled this map. He will have to add stone walls. I think that's a worthy investment. Especially with how small these walls can be. But Cool does not have a second town center yet, as far as I can see. Neither of the players do. Looks like this knight will get 1 more villager. And I think that Cool is in a solid position right now. Perhaps you can still continue to raid with scouts and knights, but I think it's best just to add some town centers. Because Belgium is walled in some places, he has the pikeman upgrade to defend from raiding. I think with this villager advantage, you can go toe-to-toe with the Aztecs in the late game, especially with the civ like the Japanese, which get the samurai, which will be a great infantry shredder. Their champions will be a great infantry shredder as well. And certainly you're not counting on the Aztecs to go Arbalest. Their Arbalest are decent, but they are not the best in the game. For now, Cool is going to go archers, which will counter the pikemen. Might be a little bit of concern for against eagles. However, I think with the economy advantage that Cool has, it can be fairly good, especially when combined with knights. Our second town center is a bad idea. Second town centers in most situations are considered usually a good idea. It depends on the if they're the best idea. Usually depends on your situation. Situations where you wouldn't want to add a town center right away might include like a fast imperial situation where technology is so critical and economy is not. Another situation is if you really need the resources to push and attack or really need them to defend. It's all a balancing act. But in this situation where you can't really kill your opponent and you can't do too much damage because of walls, then second town centers are absolutely useful, and technology is not going to be that important if you don't have economy. Benali's saying, what a game. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Belgium is here in the middle, but we have crossbow. Actually, only archers being made from Cool. Both these players, without their second town centers up early, very little economy, so having a hard time upgrading crossbow, having a hard time upgrading to Eagle Warrior. Now we have Sanctity coming in. And with how weak these armies are, monks are going to be extremely strong. Monks you don't have to upgrade too much. An Aztec monk will have 50 HP with the Sanctity upgrade. Redemption coming in. This is a big concern for Cool. If Cool cannot get enough crossbows to snipe off these monks, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And Eagle Warrior coming in from Belgium. That'll help to counter the archers. The archer play, this is a huge investment from Cool, and it might not pay off. Look at how much wood is sunk into these archery ranges. That's kind of crazy. So Eagle Warrior being done. 2 relics for Belgium. That's going to help his economy quite a bit. And look at the villager difference. The villager difference is even up. Even Belgium has a better economy with those relics. That stable is going to get converted. And so is the scout. This scout cannot take down this monk. This monk has 55 HP. And the stable is not very useful to Belgium. Belgium is the Aztecs. He won't be able to build cavalry. But taking these 2 archery ranges will be great. These archers going to have to get in the transport ship, run away. A lot of momentum for Belgium. This is why I think that Cool should have added those town centers earlier, and I think the archery range play was too much. Not really too worth it. This is not a map that screams archers. This is a very open map. And the walls are already established. Yeah, I don't agree with that position, that decision. Still the pick. And now Cool has added his town centers. But it is a little late because his opponent has a lot of momentum right now. Let us check out Belgium's position. Belgium has 2 town centers. Cool has 3 town centers. Cool, if he could defend, should take an economy advantage. I think Cool can absolutely defend if he places some stone walls here, because it's going to be very hard for Belgium to break through here, especially with the water. You could build some galleys on the water. And just with how thin these walls are, how little space that needs to be walled, I absolutely think Cool should be able to defend. So Belgium going to be either wanting to add a 3rd town center or do some more damage with his monks. Cool is going to want to boom this one out and defend for the time being. I'm keeping my eye on Belgium, seeing if there's going to be a 2nd town center. Sorry, 3rd town center. Project Belgium probably coming to the left for a 3rd town center. Let's check its resources. Or is it a castle? No, it's a mining camp. Actually, neither. And this transport ship might get converted as well. And that's big! That's huge, actually! That's huge because these eagles can go in the transport ship and transport over. That is so big! I don't think Belgium realizes how big this is, though, because he's not going over there. Otherwise, Belgium would have to build his own dock and assume that Cool would not build anything on the water to prevent that. But Belgium not taking use of this opportunity, he can transport right over, kill a bunch of villagers over here, and avoid the army of Cool entirely. Alright, let's see how this engagement goes. We have more army value for Belgium, with these monks in the back. There aren't a lot of eagles, though. The eagles are what's going to counter the archers of Cool, unless it's going to be the archers of Belgium. We have 1 extra armor for the archers of Cool. That's not a big deal. And now the archer's going to want to get out of there because these monks are so strong. Now we have +2 armor on these crossbows. That is a big deal. What we do want to see, though, is probably ballistics. And we have a 10 villager advantage for Cool. What a crazy game. The positions are so weird this game. There's nothing going on in the back here. These are just buildings. More gold being mined for Belgium. He needs a lot for his monks. And I don't like Belgium's decision not to add a 3rd town center also. I don't think he can break this position. Especially without siege. Why don't we see any siege from Belgium? A siege workshop and a mangonel would be so strong. Samurai is on the cards, but you do not go Samurai when your opponent is going crossbow. And you don't go Samurai when you're trying to boom your economy either. So Samurai is on the cards, but you do not set yourself up to go for Samurai. It is more of a counter unit. And that's generally the case with any unit that is not good at raiding. Nice fight for Cool. Belgium just coming in, not really patrolling, losing 4 or 5 archers before the fight even started. And of course, these archers +2 armor on them. And that is a big deal. This archer would be dead without that armor. And Belgium was coming forward for a castle. Just castle is not the right play. It was not the right play for Belgium. He needed to take those resources and sink them into maybe his economy. And that transport ship going down, a wasted opportunity. Left side is safe with the castle for Cool. This castle also bodes well for late game. Again, if we see Samurai. Right now, it's just an Arbalest war. Cool is in a great position this game. He survived the big assault from Belgium. Now monks for Belgium are not going to be very strong now that Cool has so many crossbows up. Crazy game. And now it's Cool's turn to attack. But Cool doesn't have to be the one who's pressuring. Cool has more villagers, so he is in a great position. Belgium is going to try to take the economy advantage. Let's check where Cool is on getting up to the next stage. Cool is very close. Cool will be up to the next stage soon. The Aztecs get a power spike in the early Imperial Age because Elite Eagle Warrior is so strong. So Belgium might have a chance at this. But he's going to do it with a lot less villagers. And that said, 3 relics for Belgium. That will definitely help support his economy. Cool, getting up some very annoying stone walls. And nice little raid for Belgium. Gonna kill some villagers. No ballistics on these crossbows, so they are missing quite a bit. And it looks like there's enough HP on those walls to keep these crossbows out for now. Now Cool is up. We'll have a 2-minute advantage for Belgium. Where Belgium, if he can afford the Eagle Warrior upgrade, then he'll be great. But Belgium is really cutting these resources thin. The Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade, I think, is 500 food, 800 gold. We only have 2 Eagle Warriors out right now, and Eagle Warriors cost resources as well. Belgium getting the ballistics upgrade for his crossbows. Arbalest is not going to be the late game solution for the Aztecs, and the Japanese technically have better Arbalest with Thumb Ring. Here's Thumb Ring now for Cool. It's not every infantry civilization being bad, infantry being bad. Infantry are very situational. So, yeah, there is a little bit of discrepancy there. That's why there's so many melee-focused civilizations in expansions. Yeah, they're definitely good good infantry civs, but the infantry civs are good usually not because of their infantry, because they get good economy bonuses, like the Slavs, which also are good cavalry and siege civ. The Celts get great infantry bonuses. The Vikings, great economy bonuses. So infantry are definitely more situational than archers are. So Elite Skirmisher coming up for Cool. Arbalest for Belgium. Belgium has a good number, and he'll have a good upgrade. And Bracer is already done, so he can take this fight. What happened to that castle? A little too close to the towers, I guess. Yeah, definitely too close to these towers. So let's see what Belgium can do. Oh, do not lose the Arbalest. Every single unit for Project Belgium is so valuable because he's operating on such a small economy. So Belgium is trying to push in this area. We'll be able to push this gold. Is Cool hurting for gold? No, he's not. He's got lots of gold in the back. I don't know if he's seen this one. Got this gold on the right side as well. So he's fine on gold. So Cool is going to go Arbalest and Skirmisher. Belgium is going Arbalest right now. More guard towers being made for Cool. Guard towers to protect the castle, as Mem would say. The guard towers are just to delay things for now. Cool has a better economy. I think he knows he has a better economy. He's waiting for some upgrades. Should have the better late game army composition. So the more he can delay, the better. But looks like these towers aren't going to do jack. As the point of the towers were to distract the trebuchets from attacking the castle, which is actually much more important. What flag is Cool? Vietnam. Yes, correct. Cool getting chemistry. Interesting, Cool has not gotten the Arbalest upgrade. And that castle's going down in an instant. So look at how much investment Belgium has put into trebuchets. It's a good investment. The problem is Belgium is going to have a tough time going against this army. So if Belgium wants any chance of defeating this army, well, Belgium's either going to have to go into Elite Skirmisher or into Eagle Warrior. The Elite Skirmisher is definitely easier to tech into because you already have the upgrades for the Arbalest. The Elite Skirmisher upgrade's much cheaper. Nice fight from Cool. Nice fight from Cool. I don't know what Belgium is doing. Losing a lot of units. That is a terrible fight for Belgium. And that was a terrible fight. Very, very bad fight. That was so bad for Belgium. Right now we have a third more economy for Cool. Oh, Belgium getting Atlatl. I forgot about that upgrade. Okay, maybe it is worth it going into skirmishers because of that upgrade. That Atlatl upgrade is one of the second unique upgrades for the Aztecs. Gives skirmishers +1 attack, +1 range. It makes them super strong. Cool have a second castle. No, if he had a second castle, it would show up on the overlay there. It says 0. You doubt he's good enough to micro that. He's definitely good enough to micro that. Project Belgium is a very good player. Both these players are 2K3 rated. It would take me years of practice to get up to that level. Even with all the games I've watched. No. You're thinking, Wishy, you're thinking of the Inca upgrade, Andy and Sling, which is also an upgrade to skirmishers. The Atlatl upgrade is a much stronger upgrade than that. The two-man saw, making Cool's economy even stronger. And I think Cool has this, because right now, Belgium has no momentum. And as long as Belgium is going blow for blow against Cool, with a better economy, you're going to take it over eventually. Better economy leads to things, nice things, like capped rams. And there are no counters to capped rams at this point. Unfortunately, the Japanese don't get siege rams. But capped rams might do. And we do need to see some sort of counter to the cap rams. You can't just ignore cap rams and go for skirms. So Belgium needs to transition to Eagle Warriors right now. Or Onager. He's really avoiding the Eagle line. The Eagle line is just too expensive. That again, Onagers are expensive too. But they certainly will be easier to mass and quicker to get out than Eagles. So this one house is supposed to save the trebuchets. This guy's going to go around. The Jaguar Warriors, I guess, are going to deal with the Cathrans, but you know how that ends up. Bunch of trebs going down for Belgium. Belgium can't afford to lose this position. If he loses a castle, he's got no pushing power at all, because you need siege. And here's the first Onager coming out. I don't know, let's see if we can get a mega shot. Where's the Gatling turret? Oh, you're right. I forgot about the hand cannons. Hand cannons counter Eagles here. You're right. Big Onager hit. One hit. Another great hit. Wow. Killing half the army. Cool upgrade into keep. That is a solid upgrade. A lot of map control for Cool. And Belgium's going to call GG. He has no momentum anymore. He has no army. And he has no economy. So there are no chances for Belgium to win this game. Man, what a game. So Belgium going with that crazy monk play. Those monks are so strong in the early Castle Age. Converting all the buildings. And I still thought Belgium should have boomed up back at home. Didn't do that. Cool was also late to boom, but eventually got that boom going. It's so hard to push this area. Just with how thin it is. Especially without any siege. If Belgium added a mangonel or two, then he could have pushed a lot better. Belgium tried to push on the left, but it was a little bit too late. Cool's economy was just too strong. Belgium converting that transport ship, and I thought that was a good opportunity, but certainly didn't take advantage of that opportunity. So Cool will go up 2-1, and we'll be moving on to the fourth game. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the fourth game in this semifinal matchup between Belgium and Cool. On the left side, we have Belgium playing as the Vikings. On the right side, we have Cool playing as the Franks. So, the Vikings. This is, of course, a restarted map from Project Belgium. He had a terrible gold last game. Vikings, again, a very men-at-arms, wall yourself, archers, boom it up, that kind of style play. Franks, aggressive scout rush. wall it up, knights, boom it out kind of civilization. And this is a very different kind of salt marsh map. The water is much more northern to the this part of the map, so a lot more land in the southern part. And players are left to right now as opposed to north and south. So let's see if Belgium's map has improved from last game with this restart, and it certainly has. He now has his berries and his gold in the back. So this is a much better map for Belgium. Let's see where he would wall. He would wall here, here. His front area is very, very difficult to wall, but there's no big resources here. So I think he's good. This is a good map for Belgium compared to last game. Cool. And wall here, here. And look at all the golds in the north. That's kind of crazy. Wow. I assume we'll try to wall like that. So both players' maps are actually very wallable compared to last game. So this will be a more defensive style map. This is an advantage, I think, for the Vikings because they're a more defensive civilization. And again, middle is extremely open, so that'll favor a knight or a scout play. No place for crossbows to hide. And otherwise, if you're going more towards the south, then the crossbows can, of course, hide in the woodlines. What is this ugly-ass tree mod? That is a good question. I should take a look at the tree mod later. So, I'll take a... Usually we don't see these tree mods because we don't see maps like Saltmarsh or Yucatan very often. I will take a look at it after the stream. We have Project Belgium stealing a boar from his opponent. Has Cool even noticed this? Where's Cool Scout? Cool Scout is luring deer. So normally in like super high level play, like MBL, the Viper, you kind of expect your opponent's at least going to try to steal your boar. I suppose at this level play it's not as common. So Cool was not even suspecting this, and Belgium's just going to go right over there and steal it, because why not? Big advantage for Project Belgium. You like to have all that extra food. That'll bode well for like a men-at-arms rush into archers or even a fast castle build. Maybe a fast castle build is a little more viable now. Cool is going to wall up his map very early. That is a little unusual from a Franks player. We'll try to wall there. These will be kind of big walls. This is a lot of idle time from Cool. Cool is definitely behind in the economy. Already at this early stage of the game. Yeah, he has been beating Viper in tournaments recently, but not in, like, beating him in the whole series. That's usually the distinction there. MBL's definitely strong. Definitely top 5. So here comes that barracks for Project Belgium. Looks like we will see probably men-at-arms. Now, maybe we could see a Dark Age rush. What time is it? It's 6:30. This is actually very early for a barracks to go up. I think you could definitely do it, especially with that extra food. So let's see, is this going to be men-at-arms or a classic militia rush? Alright, and the answer is... That was very close. That villager almost died to that boar. That would definitely negate the bonus of getting that extra boar. So this looks to be a men-at-arms rush. This is not going to be a militia rush. Militia rush would be much more typical. Actually not a bad rush. But I like the men-at-arms rush for the Vikings. I remember watching Slam on his stream explain why he likes the men-at-arms rush for the Vikings a lot. So you get the extra HP because you get up to feudal age faster, and you also get that wheelbarrow upgrade for free much sooner. Those are good bonuses. So we'll see the men-at-arms rush for Project Belgium. Cool is already fully walled. Obviously, the series, he has not been averse to walling at all. We saw it a lot in the first game, especially. But this is a big toll on his economy. Luckily, he did wall the scout in, which can be good and bad. That scout will get a lot of scouting information, but it could also be a dead scout pretty soon. And Cool gonna go with the barracks. Cool is up on 22 population, so 1 population a little bit later than a normal scout rush. I guess it makes sense because he's lost his boar. And it's going to take a little bit of that extra deer. So luckily, Cool did have some of these deer help offset him losing the boar. Yes, they were very good games in the Hidden Cup. I watched definitely all the games in the later stages. Very good tournament. But these are good games too. Belgium going to reach the next age. Actually, Belgium didn't build anything. That's kind of surprising. And Belgium going to lose the scout. Yeah, there we go. That was expected. Going to lose the scout in Cool space. At least Cool getting a little bit even with that. But it's surprising that Belgium didn't make any men-at-arms at all. But this is really, I have to say, this is really good economy management. And this is not something I would do or a player my skill level would do. Because when you have all that extra board, you have all these lovely looking turkeys in your base, and you have so much food because you didn't spend it on militia, you're very likely to bank up a food surplus. And that is not what Project Belgium did. Project Belgium instead managed his economy very well, took a lot of villagers off of food, did not build any farms at all, and placed a lot of villagers onto wood. And because of that, he's able to go with 2 archery ranges right away, get both of his eco upgrades without a huge food surplus. And he is in a great position. This is a very solid build, very good economy management, and going up with the blacksmith right away. It is very difficult from 22 population or 21 population to go up with double archery ranges and have a blacksmith right away also. That is a very difficult build. So very good economy management Project Belgium. He's in a solid position. Cool is going with scouts, but scouts will not be effective against such a walled map, and they will not be effective against an archer-spearman combination, especially with fletching already done. So Cool, I think Cool has to reinforce his walls. He's doing that with houses in the north. He needs to reinforce in the south as well. He's doing that with houses. Going to go to gold, try to go for a fast Castle Age build, and just really reinforce these walls and hope your opponent doesn't break in. So both players, I expect them to go for a faster Castle Age now and invest the rest of their wood into farms. Dogao a bit rusty. He is a bit rusty, but he still performed very well in Hidden Cup 2. Who did he beat? He beat. So I forgot who he beat. It was God's Own Sling he beat, which is not easy to. He beat Felice, so it's not easy to beat Felice. And then he took 2 games, almost took 3 games in the series from Leary, which was very impressive from Dogao. And Dogao is streaming a little bit now. Make sure to follow his stream when you see he's live. This is weirdly interesting. What, this game or the chat or? It's a little interesting. What is interesting is Cool has so many scouts and actually should be able to clean this up. He's going to get the scale barding armor. He actually doesn't even need it. That is a great fight to take. And be good to delete that house. He needs that room. So that scale barding armor will definitely help a lot, especially in this position. I think it's worth it to delete that house, but oh well. It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought Cool would have made so many scouts. Usually you see your opponent's walls and you go, okay, scouts are not worth it. But Cool made a lot of scouts, and Belgium didn't make a lot of spearmen to help support his archers. So first engagement going to Cool, and that really helps to even up this game. This game is fairly even. We have a 5 villager advantage for Belgium. Yeah, it's a 5 villager advantage. Wow. That's largely due to the Vikings' economy not having to research wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow takes you 3 villagers worth of time. Oh, that was so close. Those villagers actually didn't get a single shot off. Oh, but Project Belgium saw it too. He saw that his spearmen didn't do anything. Wow. That could have been 2 scouts down right there. Does Cool have wheelbarrow? I think it's pretty obvious he doesn't have wheelbarrow because of the village discrepancy. Cool is up to the next stage. Great time from him. And he made so many scouts as well. That's a super time for Cool. This is a weak part of the wall. It can be walled behind, but for now, and this is a weak part of the wall as well. And Cool is trying to wall that too. So Cool needs to hold out until he can get his very strong Frankish knights. And these scouts as well will benefit from any armor upgrades that were to come in on the knights. There's only 16 HP on that gate. Cool. Yeah, there you go. You can actually take away a little bit of that arrow fire with these scouts. I don't know if this is a worthwhile engagement, but Project Belgium not paying any attention. This is not a good engagement once the scouts come in. I think Cool is just trying to buy himself some time. But that was an expensive loss, losing 3 scouts, I think, for 1 archer. But these walls are up, and these are pretty solid walls. Cool with a second stable. Now, the good thing is that Cool can actually trap these archers. I think if you're Project Belgium, you're not going to get in. You need to run away now. Otherwise, you'll lose all these units. The Frankish Knights. And here we go. Belgium, actually, I applauded him for his great economy management in the Dark Age, in the early Feudal Age, but he's actually only getting Horse Collar now. Big demo hit! Wow! Killing 3 scouts, injuring another. Wow. That was crazy. That is crazy. What a crazy game we have for Game 4. Wow. Man, that's insane. So Belgium now looking in a good position. The archers will move back for Belgium, and they will be upgraded to crossbow. So Cool's knights probably won't do a whole lot. There's the Tato demos in the chat. Good to see those. Cool with very strong knights. Bloodlines +1/+1, plus the extra +2 line of sight for the Franks. And Belgium is in a good position. Look at this economy. This economy is so good for Belgium. Boom. He's got handcart already done. Just by playing as the Vikings. And he's got so many crossbows. His spearmen as well have extra HP on them because they're Viking spearmen. I don't think that Cool can push this. I think Cool should try to build his economy as best he can at home. Going to add a second town center. We have a second town center going up for Belgium, though. This demo is still on the hunt. Bloodlines. Franks naturally get bloodlines because they get 20% extra HP on all their cavalry units. So they actually don't get access to the bloodlines upgrade, but they don't need it. At least in the Castle Age, it's like having free bloodlines with that extra HP. Alright, Belgium going to move towards the south. We're going to try to break in, but he won't get it. Melee units are pretty bad at getting through walls. At least when there's a repairer behind. Belgium going to move away to the right side. This is great for Cool. Siege Workshop with a Mangonel hit. He can change the course of this game. We even have a longboat on the water. Yet another advantage for the Vikings on this map. And this is a pretty good raid. A little slow reaction from Cool, losing 2 villagers. Cool does know where the army is of Belgium. He'll need at least 8 or 9 knights to take this out, and certainly not that amount. Here's 8 knights. But I think that these crossbows are safe if they go towards the water. There's that demo. Surprisingly, the crossbows moving to the left. They're not moving towards the north. And that demo just going to explode on 1 knight. That's not worth it. Demos cost about as much as a knight. But now pikemen is done. These are Viking pikemen. These are the strongest pikemen in the game in Castle Age. And even these longboats. Belgium is in such a good position, and he's played a very clean game. Absolutely deserves to be in the position he's in. Oh, welcome, Philip Laban. You see, Vikings, you come, you stay. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Anyone that doesn't know, Philip Laban is a player that only plays Vikings. It's nice to have players that like to just play the one setting in the community. They're always fun. But yeah, Vikings, very good civilization. And they're doing so well here. They're benefiting from the pikeman upgrade. They're benefiting hugely from their economy bonus, and they're also benefiting from from having these longboats, cheaper docks, everything going the Vikings way. We even have a little box formation on these crossbowmen. Box formation making a really big comeback in the competitive scene. Nice to see all the formations being used. It's that calling Fat Slob. I was about to mention Fat Slob too. You prefer Celt? Yeah, they're both very good too. It depends situationally. I think Celts are the best overall pikemen. In a straight-up fight, the pikemen of the Japanese will be the best against cavalry. But if you want your pikemen to survive against archer fire, I think having the extra HP is probably the best thing for the Vikings. Either way, they're all good. So cool now with a few monks to heal up the knights. The way this game is going, this is definitely favoring Belgium. Belgium still has the better economy, still has the map control. Late game, this can still be anyone's game. Let's see a big mangonel hit. No, big miss. These longboats are going to be really good against mangonels. And it's a mistake for Cool to come even forward. He needs to repair that. Gonna get 2 crossbows. That's not too bad. And save the mangonel. Okay. This mangonel is actually much more valuable behind the walls. And there's the Imperial Age from Belgium. Belgium's economy has just skyrocketed. Cool getting handcart now. Remember, Belgium has had handcart for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of game time ever since he hit Castle Age. And Belgium, he's just going to continue to go pikemen, continue to go arbalest. It's a very good combination. The only thing that would counter a pikeman and crossbow combination would be skirmishers, but the Franks have such terrible skirmishers. I don't think Cool will go into them. You prefer Mally and Pike? Mally and pikemen are really strong, actually. You're right. So Mally and pikemen will be the best against pierce armor or pierce units, but the Vikings will be good against ranged attacks and melee attacks. Because extra HP works both ways. This is a nice play from Cool, seeing what his opponent is going to do, but an outpost won't give him too much benefit. Alright, Cool is going to click up to the next age. What's the play going to be? I think a castle would be very valuable right now. I think Cool needs to buy some time. I don't think Belgium has that much stone. But even then, Belgium is preparing rams as well. Or will in a second. Let's see if the monk can convert a longboat. Nope. Longboats are too strong. Wow. There we go, Anti-Springer. You prefer Turk pikemen. Big discussion about which civ has the best pikemen. And that's not going to be a good fight for Cool. Where's Cool going? Now Cool has to go north. Imperial Age for Cool. He's got to survive. He's got 2 castles ready. Almost 2 castles ready. Because the Franks, of course, get 25% cheaper castles. One right here would be good. Maybe one here. Or here would be even better. So for now, Cool has to survive. He's also got to pick an army composition that can smash the Vikings. Elite Skirmisher would be the option which would make sense in a general circumstance, but again, the Franks get very bad skirmishers. Interestingly, Project Belgium is going into Onager, which would make sense if he anticipated skirmisher, but we don't see skirmisher from Cool. We see more knights from him, and that is the best option. So let's go back to the pikeman discussion. The Vikings pikemen are huge on HP. They, however, don't get the Halb upgrade, which means even with chieftains, which we haven't seen quite yet, the Viking pikeman is worse against cavalry. So for that reason, I think it makes sense for Cool to continue to go into the knight line, upgrade to cavalier. And there's that one castle from Cool in the north. Now, if Cool had the resources, he could get chivalry, get a quick paladin upgrade. He'd be in a great position. Would absolutely dominate. The Viking army composition would dominate against pikemen, arbalest, onagers, but I don't know if Cool has those resources. Well, I know that he doesn't have the resources. That's a very expensive upgrade to paladin. But he does have enough resources for cavalier. And let's see if he's going to take this fight once cavalier is done. I think he could. I think he could. As long as he got good position, he would take a good fight against this army comp. Here comes Cavalier. As being the Franks, these Cavalier will have four more HP than a normal Civ Cavalier. Oh, he went Onager just to cut in. Sure, you... Actually, that makes sense, yeah. Here comes Cavalier. It's not quite done yet. Want to wait a little bit longer. Gonna take the fight a little bit before Cavalier's done. Cavalier is done now. So I think he could have waited one more moment. I think that Cool didn't want to run away from that wood line, and now we have a little pause. Who's gonna win this fight? The Cavalier are gonna win this fight. Especially with an Onager. The Onager is so good. The Onager is so good right now. Delete the Lumber Camp, please. That Onager is so great. Shoot right there. Shot off to the side for some reason. Shoot! Shoot, man! What are you doing? Shoot! There you go. Great fight for Cool. It keeps him in this game. Belgium still has a good position. Belgium's economy is still stronger. Now we see Chieftains coming in. Chieftains will make the pikemen even stronger against the Cavalier. Chieftains gives extra attack to the Viking infantry versus cavalry. What Cool can do, though, to get himself back in this game, he can win a trab battle. He has 2 castles versus 1.
Yes.
Belgium's going to make his economy even better with crop rotation. Which the Franks already have, by the way. They get those farming upgrades for free. Why overcommit like that? It's a reasonable decision to go in, I think, in that situation. You have a strong army. Obviously, it wasn't as strong as the Cavalier, but over time, the Vikings' army is going to get weaker and weaker. Just Arbalest and Pikemen are not going to be able to compete with Cavalier and Paladin if it gets to that stage. So as the Vikings who want to go in now, I personally would have gone into Siege Ram as opposed to Onager. And maybe try to batter my way through the north. Obviously, that Onager upgrade was not worth it. Onager is an expensive upgrade. It's 800 food, 500 gold. And now Belgium will lose his castle. Cool might lose his castle, but it's not as essential. He might not lose the castle. The cheaper castle, too. Cool getting chemistry, so might be thinking about skirmishers. Or bombard cannons. Probably bombard cannons or hand cannons. Hand cannons would be stronger. Alright, now there's too many pikemen to deal with. They have chieftains as well. Although they are lacking 3 attack. From the blacksmith upgrades. Here comes iron casting now. Cavalier lacking blast furnace. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be very bad. Do not take that fight. Do not take that fight. Cool, just delete your blacksmith or something and go around. What is this fight for Cool? Oh my gosh. Gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cavalier. Cavalier are expensive units. And gonna lose the monks too. Gonna lose 1 monk. These monks are gonna get away. They're not. Actually, 1 will get a conversion. A lot of momentum for Belgium. Just needs to continue to push there. Cool is trying to go for the trebuchets, but they're too well guarded by the pikemen. Another 4 Cavalier going down. 5 Cavalier going down. 6 Cavalier going down. Paladin upgrade is on the way. Cool can hold till then. How much resources does Cool have? He's got a lot of gold. This map has a lot of gold in your main base. And Cool has expanded to the north. He can add some stables in town center here. This is not looking too bad for Cool. He's really behind in score. But if he could get a good engage with Paladin, he could be golden. I'm not too worried about the gold situation. There's just so much gold on this map. So I'm not really looking at army efficiency. I'm just looking at the numbers. Especially if Cool is able to take these extra 2 golds. Don't think about the gold right now. There's a lot of gold on the map. Just look at the numbers. And with this Paladin upgrade, this is a style that we've seen Cool play so many times. If you've watched the previous rounds of this tournament, always on Saltmarsh, Cool is defensive. He usually goes behind, looks very bad for Cool, and then he usually comes back in the late game. even in very dire situations. And I've seen that so far twice in this tournament. Every time we've seen Saltmarsh, we've seen Cool come back on it. There's that Frank's upgrade. These Paladin will... I think they'll do fairly well against Pikemen. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen Frankish Paladin against Vikings, Chieftains, Pikemen. But usually Paladins would shred Pikemen. And Paladins do okay against Hounds as well if they're Frankish. So Frankish Paladin, 192 HP. A normal Paladin will have 180 HP. That extra 12 HP makes all the difference. We have a few throwing axemen here as well. If Cool can get even more throwing axemen, then he'll have a very deadly combination. Right now, Cool is 1,500 points behind in score. That's a huge difference, but I expect that to close. And I think Cool will be coming back in this matchup. Belgium needs to stabilize. He needs to bring his army together, needs to defend this castle. Berserk might be an option, but there's only one castle from Belgium. Belgium has not invested a lot into stone. Getting the relics will be good for Belgium as well. Belgium needs to attack this north part of the base, take over that gold. Certainly he's got the water control. That'll help him out a lot. And even has Cannon Galleon upgraded. Poor Bombard Cannon, 0 protection. Yeah, that always sucks when you lose a Bombard Cannon. It's the most expensive unit in the game. Cool adding Throwing Axes, trying to deal with the Pikes. Yes, Throwing Axeman is a strong option against Pikemen. And Thumbring coming in so late. That is terrible. Belgium would have loved Thumbring when he took the fight against the Cavalier there. It's such a big upgrade. Essentially means that Arbalest have 15% more attack if they're attacking 15% faster. Even more than that because they're more accurate. 2 hand cannons in the mix. Cool has the stronger army by far. That said, Belgium has double the military. So the strength of army is for Cool. The numbers are for Belgium. Belgium also has a cheaper army. Cool needs to monitor his gold situation. He's got no gold back at home. He has gold in the north, but he's not taking it with too many villagers. You can see Cool selling some resources for a little bit extra gold. If he loses this north part, it's a good game. Cannot make his army without gold. And so far, Cool hasn't been pushing too much. Just doesn't have the numbers. What Cool needs to do, he absolutely needs to lock down this north area. This area is so important for him. Gonna add a stable now. Gonna add another town center. And it's looking very good for Belgium. I don't think this is gonna be another crazy Cool comeback kind of game. I think Belgium's got this. Cool just does not have the gold right now. He needs to be mining these golds heavily. And right now, Cool selling from the market a lot. The market price of food is pretty bad. The wood price is okay. Certainly not very good. We have 3 relics for Belgium. And this castle even went up for Belgium. This is looking very good. This area of the map is so important. Yes, this is Saltmarsh. And it looks like Cool's just not able to get the numbers up. And I like the decision to tech into Paladin. I think that Cool could have definitely had better execution with it. He lost maybe 10, 12 Cavalier just running around in this area, trying to snipe off the trebs, running into pikemen. If he didn't lose those, maybe we'd be in a different position. If Cool added a castle in the south, put a little more priority there, he'd be in a different position. But that's not the case. And there's the GG. Belgium gonna win this one. Vikings power, man. Looks pretty over. Yeah, Vikings power. Great game for Project Belgium. Just solid builds overall. Keeping the pressure on. The decision to add longbows on water and those demos, great decision. Belgium putting enough priority to taking out the gold of Cool in the north. One bad decision walking in with those Arbalest, but otherwise, great game from Project Belgium. Hello everyone, and welcome to the, what game are we on? We're on game 5 of the semifinal matchup between Cool and Belgium. This is for a lot of money. Whoever wins this will go on to the finals and have a good shot at taking the majority of the $1,000 prize pool in this Aspiring Experts tournament. Project Belgium down here playing as Italians in blue. In red, we have Cool playing as the Italians in red. It's tied up 2-2. These are very good players and very evenly skilled. We are on the map Two Rivers, which is not a map I've casted. It's a map I've seen before. Of course, they never get old. And yeah, Italians, very strong water civilization. Makes a lot of sense on this map. I can't really fault that. So the Italians, why are they so good on water? They advance to the next age faster because they save a lot of food. Clicking up to the next age, their advance to the Dark Age is 425 food. Every advancement to the next age is 15% cheaper. Great bonus. Their fishing ships are cheaper. Great bonus. And their galley upgrades are cheaper. Another great water bonus. On land, they're pretty versatile, but nothing too special. And we'll see which docks the players decide to go. Do you go for the North dock? Do you go for the South dock? It's also going to be important to scout your opponent's docks. Down in the middle, we could see some aggression, but it is also easy to wall this. You can go for some North-South aggression, but again, it is easy to wall this off. So we'll probably see some water aggression to start with. Maybe we see some barracks, some archery ranges. The interesting thing is if you do win the water, you can go for a transport ship, and you can transport over, going completely past the walls that we may see. And it'll be impossible to wall the water line completely. So we could see a situation where one player's won the north, one player's won the south lake, and players could be transporting over. Have a little bit of a base race. Welcome to Bombay Gypsy. Welcome to the stream. Glad you joined us once again for this epic, amazing matchup. You played this map, it is painful. I'll take your word for it. I've never seen a full game on this map. I've seen parts of games on this map, but it does look pretty painful. Not as painful as Houseboat, where you have to transport the villagers over. But yeah, this can get pretty complicated. And boy, do I love seeing new and different maps. One of my favorite things about casting Age of Empires. Every map is not only randomized, but we have so much map variety, it's crazy. There's the first dock for Belgium. First dock for Cool is in the north. That's not to say players can build a second dock. They can always build a second dock on a different part of the island. And one thing that I think is interesting, why not build like two docks onto one lake? If you build two docks onto one lake, then that means you're always going to win against a player that builds a dock on either lake. You have a 50-50 shot at winning if your opponent builds two docks on the same lake. And I guess it's 0%. I guess it's even then. So if you build two docks on one lake, I think you have a better chance at winning than 1-1. If that makes any sense to you guys. I didn't explain it too well, but I think that's the best strategy. Build two docks on one lake. Cool, it can loom upgrade. We'll see if Belgium decides to do loom right here. There we go. Little bit of a messy start for Belgium. He's got so many idols. This is what you don't want to have. And Cool going up to the next stage. A better build from Cool. There's Belgium going up to the next stage. So Belgium a little bit later. You always want to be as fast as possible on water maps. Looks like Cool has found the dock of Belgium. Let's see if Belgium has found the dock of Cool. He has. At least the first dock. This villager will build a dock, so we'll have one dock in the north, one dock in the south for Cool. And Cool got the first hit there. So Belgium will have to go back to his town center to save his scout. 4 fishing ships. 3 fishing ships for Cool. This villager's just getting shorefish. Oh, again, we'll probably build a dock up there. 21 HP versus 18 HP. There's the second dock for Belgium, so actually 2 docks on the same one. And this villager's still fishing. Cool, do you not have enough wood for a second dock? There's the second dock. A little bit late. So Cool going up faster, but also getting the second dock up slower. And now this scout for Project Belgium is critically low. So we'll see who wins with the strategy. Again, I think the 2 docks onto 1 lake is a better strategy. Ideally, Belgium would win here. And then sure, Cool has safe fishing there, but we'll see how it goes. Belgium going to wall up a little bit. It's easy to wall. And I guess we'll see a fire galley board to start with. I'm interested to see how much these players are going to wall up. Are they going to go for some sort of land army? Yeah, that is true. That is true. Ajamistari. But it's also easier to get harassed that way as well. Anyway, it's just my opinion. My opinion on the strategy. Everyone else will have different strategies, of course. So Cool's going to wall up early. I wonder if we'll see an archery range or a stable in the feudal age. I suppose what is interesting about this is that since this dock is new, there's no fishing ships here. So Belgium is essentially wasting these fire galleys, while Cool is able to come over and potentially snipe off the fishing ships of Belgium. On the other hand, Cool is kind of defending here. Cool with a lot of water control. He could even prevent this dock from going up if he pays attention. I don't think he saw that one. How are the Vietnamese Civ and AoE 2? Are they alright? I wouldn't say they're the... Yeah, they're bottom 5. They're not so good right now. They have some niche situations where they can be serviceable, but hopefully they'll get a little bit buffed in the next balance. Doesn't mean they're not fun to play, though. So first galley going down for Cool. I thought he had a little advantage, but it doesn't appear to be that way. And both players, their fishing ships are still up and active. Military count is 6-4. This village is going to repair up this galley. That's such a smart play. And now's about the time you see the demos come in. And that's a wasted demo. Gonna kill an almost dead fire galley. So 3 here, 3 here. 2 docks versus 2 docks, fairly even. Down in the south, we have Belgium with 1 galley against 2. And the only difference, really, Belgium added more fishing ships, and so far it's paid off. It's 3 fish versus 6 fish. That's double the food, essentially, for Belgium. And Belgium has an archery range with archers already being created. Do we have any military buildings for Cool? No, we don't. So, nice economy advantage for Belgium just because he decided to add more fishing ships. And has now a military advantage with these archers. We'll see what he can do with these. Is he going to transport over? He's going to try to break through the walls. It'll be a little bit difficult. Early wheelbarrow coming in from Cool. I don't like that decision. Again, wheelbarrow is an upgrade that disproportionately affects farmers. We don't have any farmers. Just continue to build, continue to keep building villagers. Ouch, that is unfortunate. Yes, it is. That's a good demo hit. Not super, but it's good. Project Belgium going to make a run for the fishing ships. Probably won't get any. They'll be lucky to get 1. Down in the south, Villager's going to repair up that galley. So with that repaired, it should be 3 against 4. Project Belgium's actually not building any more ships. That's a mistake. I'm going to go with demo rafts. These fishing ships are now very inefficient. They're going for the shore fish. And Cool. Oh! Built a transport ship, and that got sniped down immediately. Cool taking the lead in this game. There's only 2 fishing ships alive for Belgium, and they're not being very efficient. And this is pretty good. Project Belgium getting back with demo rafts. If you don't know, demo rafts actually build faster than any other ship. They build 15 seconds faster. That makes them a very good comeback mechanic. 34% is pretty unwinnable. That's, I think, unacceptable, in my opinion. Is it 34%? I thought it was better than that. 34% is Khmer, I think. That's a little bit too much. I think for every game, a civilization should at least have a 40% chance of winning. 40, 42, 43 at the minimum in the worst circumstances. Let's see if this villager is going to be able to wall for Project Belgium. Going to try. If he can get these 3 walls up, then he'll be good. Going to go there. The scout is in. That scout will kill a villager. Looking pretty good for Cool, but then again, Belgium is up to the next age sooner. So all those fishing ships, even though they went down, they paid for themselves, and they gave Belgium a lot more food. Still good position for Cool. Look at the KD, it's 16-7. Does that count in mirror matches? I'm not sure. And no more fishing for Project Belgium. So whose position do you guys prefer? We have a 1 minute advantage, 1.5 minute advantage to the next stage from Belgium. Belgium's also going to be the first to do some land aggression. He could actually, this might destroy Cool. If this transport ship gets away, this is such a risk from Belgium because this transport ship can go down. Look at how many galleys are here for Cool. Is Cool going to take out the transport ship before? It's down to 75 health. Going to be down to 50 health, but it looks like it'll get away. Let's see some quick walling. Crossbow upgrade is coming in. Villager's going to attack right away. And now crossbow's done. It's too late. The crossbows are in. Cool's going to have to build a barracks. He's going to have to build an archer range. He's going to have to build skirmishers. He's going to have to get the fletching upgrade. This is a disaster for Cool. Absolute disaster for Cool. Cool still has 5 fishing ships working. But this is not looking good at all. Cool gonna transport over. Let's see if Cool can stabilize. Cool has absolute water control. Look at how many galleys that he has. It's crazy. And might even get some of these crossbows. They're gonna get... This is the worst way to go in Age of Empires, in my opinion. To get killed by a fire ship and burned slowly. They really take down the HP slow. And there's a siege workshop. Making the barracks kind of useless, by the way. And in this situation, I know you'd be tempted for a Megano, but a Scorpion would actually be better. It just takes 1 Scorpion bolt. Scorpions are cheaper. Oh! I'm actually surprised. Cool actually went for the Scorpion. Alright, so 2 town centers for Belgium. Belgium will have an eco lead, even though he doesn't have fish. But that said, Cool will clean this up. Cool has the water control. The water control is so important. Belgium is not giving up on water. He's got 3 docks down in the south. So would you rather have the eco lead, or would you rather have water control on this map? I suppose it really depends. Depends on how far that eco lead is going to go. And I think those crossbows got cleaned up. One over here still. But this eco is still so messy for Cool. This is very inefficient. Still 3 idols in the right side. These villagers have to be retasked to gold. What Cool should do... Gill net's interesting. I don't think that's worth it right now. You've only got 4 fishing ships. I think right now, if you're Cool, you should be adding more docks to get more fish. Absolutely keep your presence on water. Even build a few galleys. But this is too early for gill nets. Should be adding more docks and more fishing ships. With more fishing ships, Cool can definitely come back a bit. And I don't even think horse collar is necessary right now. I think just focus on the fishing ships for now. Fishing ships are 15% cheaper for the Italians. Oh, this is not a good play. Just fires still? No, at this stage, I think you should be doing a fire ship galley combination if you're cool with like 1 or 2 demos just in the back. Because galleys obviously would be much better at idling some of Belgium's economy. Galleys also are better at taking out docks. And some galleys on the shoreline would certainly help with defense also, so galleys would be very useful for cool. Let's see if this Megano can get a good shot on the crossbows. They don't have Bodkin arrow yet. And there's one good hit, gonna kill one. I don't know what this knight is for. Gonna kill a second. The knight is an interesting decision, so Belgium just built a stable. So Belgium is, in my interpretation, is really going all in on this land aggression. That makes no sense to me because look at how this is set up. We have a Megano behind the wall that's very hard to defeat. And then we can have galleys on either side of the water. Galleys can range just about everything but the very middle of this island. So this could be a successful defense from Cool. Belgium is actually really far behind in the score despite having a comparable eco. Still, Cool has not added more fishing ships. He's actually taking the shore fish. But if Belgium gets in, then it's a whole different game. So if you're Cool, just keep the mangonels coming. Watch your mangonels. Monks are a good choice, and wall behind a little bit. Just be safe. And this galley can go to work too. Just kind of patrolling back and forth. Just build some more houses behind. That's perfectly fine. Economy's even now. Actually, Cool has a little bit better economy because he has the fishing ships. Cool's in a very solid position. He's gone from... Remember 5 minutes ago we were saying he's in a terrible position because that crossbow raid? Well, he dealt with it. He kept water control. Interestingly, I thought Belgium would have tried to made a bigger play for water. It looks like he might make a little play now, but it's 1 dock versus 2. Still. And now Cool is in a good position. Cool with a better economy, with still the water control. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Ajam Mestari. Water is so important on this particular map. The monks will be good too. KD, heavily in favor of Cool. Cool, gonna go into the Imperial Age first. Remember, it is cheaper for the Italians. With that, he'll be able to upgrade his ships one more time. The Italians do not get... Yeah, do they? I actually have to check the tech tree. This is very important. Do the Italians get fast fire ship? I know they don't get heavy demo. Okay, they do get fast fire ship. My bad. So those upgrades will be important. Shipwright is a good upgrade for the Italians. It's cheaper. How much longer am I going to be live? I'll probably be live. I'm planning on casting the games in 2 hours as well. So I'll be alive for some time. Is there anything you want to cast, Mr. GPN, or just wondering it? Thoughts on Capture Age? Capture Age is a great technology, and it's going to be... I think it's really going to revolutionize how we cast games. It's obviously higher quality than what we have now. There probably will always be a subset of people that want to watch the classic view because this is how you play games with the current overlay. I do hope Capture Age is going to be something that every caster can afford. I hope it's not just going to be something for the bigger casters, as that might be a possibility. So I hope it's going to be something I will be able to use in the future, but it is definitely better than what we have now. Oh, you have a 3-month silver raffle? We're looking for a, for giving 2 to 4 a week. Yeah, we could do a silver raffle. I'm sure the people in the chat would like to do that. So we do have silver raffle. We do have raffles of silver and premium that we give away on the Voobly official channel for 3 months when we are streaming. And basically, if you don't know what that is, that gives you a lot of benefits with playing on Voobly. more friends that you're able to have, able to see aliases, things along those lines, things to make your Voobly gaming experience better. We'll give those away if you're here in the chat, but you have to be in the channel. This fight is going for Cool. Great demo shots, and GG called from Belgium. Cool is going to go up 3-2, and it's going to be one more game for Cool before he takes the series. Belgium will have to win 2 games in a row. Let's take a look at the achievements. So 55-29. Here's the resources, better for Cool. Fish gives you quite a bit. Here's the timeline. So despite being late to the match, and Cool having his dinner, he has showed up to play. 1 game away from going to the finals of this tournament. I think we could do a Mr. GPN the raffle on the next stream. That'll give people more time to sign up and encourage everyone to show up for the next stream. For the next set of games. The next set of games is in exactly 2 hours from now. It'll be Classic Pro versus Golden End. That'll be the other semifinal match. We'll just do an exclamation mark raffle in the chat, and that'll sign you up, as long as you're here. But we'll do that for the next set of games. But we could start that now, actually. We could start it now and keep it going until the next raffle. Depends if I'll go offline or not. So it is 2 hours till the next set. I think I'll keep the stream live till then, so we could do the raffle now, and we could just keep the raffle open until the end of the stream. You have to be in the stream though to be able to receive the prize. So once you win the raffle, you have to say something in the chat, and then you'll be able to claim the prize. Next game will be starting soon. We have the next the semifinals for the next series in the chat, Golden End. Certainly, he wants to take a close look at these players, Project Belgium and Cool. Size them up a little bit, probably take a look at the recordings as well. See what they have to offer. Very strong showing from both these players. The finals will not be an easy one. I'm curious how Voobly Official is connected to Voobly. You guys volunteer to do stream for them, or do you do some work for Voobly? All of the casters on this channel are volunteer. So we represent the Voobly brand. We do not, however, do things like make policy. We don't really moderate. But we just like to represent the game. I like to do whatever I can to try to help Age of Empires 2 out. And the best way for me to do that is as a caster here on the Voobly Official channel, casting to 273 viewers and getting some good coverage of this great event. And it's a volunteer channel, so anyone can join. If you're interested in starting casting, I could help you out. And let me do the commands for the raffle. And there we go. I've opened the raffle. So I will do the raffle after the end of the last game of the second series. The second series will start at in 2 hours from now. at 17 GMT. It'll probably go on for the same amount of time as this series. It'll go on for 2 hours to 3 hours. At the end of the series, we'll pull names. Whoever will be the first person that I pull that is actually in the chat, you have to say, I'm in the chat, or say something in the chat. You will get 3 months of Voobly Silver, which is a pretty good value. And I have to go back and turn off my music. And if you won't be in the channel by that time, I suppose no harm anyway. We'll just choose someone else. No, Ian Oakley. Well, we're going to be pulling the raffle at the end of the second series. If you'll be around by then. Hello, everyone, and welcome to what could be the last game if Cool wins it. Match point for Cool in this 6th game in the Aspiring Experts SemiFinals tournament. Project Belgium will have to win 2. DNS Cool will have to win 1 to go on to the finals and play the winner of the match that is to be played in 2 hours from now between Classic Pro and Golden N, and have a good shot at the majority of this $1,000 prize pool, which was given to us by Voobly, by Racer, the admin, and by some generous donations from people like you. So we have Cool down here on the bottom left playing as the Indians. Top right we have Belgium playing as the Chinese. Interesting to see the Chinese here. We could have seen Chinese on the Fortress map for Belgium. Belgium picked the Berbers, of course. That didn't work out too well. But now he's got the Chinese pick for this map. And honestly, I've seen this one before. I've seen Chinese versus Indians on this particular kind of map in this tournament. And the Chinese do surprisingly well. So the Indians get some great fisherman bonuses. Their fishermen work 15% faster, or fisherwomen, I suppose. And their fishermen also carry 15 more food. So those are great bonuses. Great for a map where there's tons of shorefish. Shorefish which have 300 food compared to 200 food. But surprisingly, being 1 or 2 villagers ahead that the Chinese are actually makes up for that. So for now, we have a 3 villager advantage for Belgium. I'm going to switch this over to the food count. Obviously, we have more food from Belgium as he has started with more villagers. Look at how much food. That's 200 more food already. That is crazy. But Cool will be starting to come back with that as he is going to be able to take those short fish faster. Oh, my bad. Edit raffle command. Can I do that? Let me do that. Yeah, let me do that at the end of the stream so I don't have to close out. But it is going to be silver for everyone. It's not platinum. I forgot to change that. And Vill's cheaper too. Oh yeah, Vill's cheaper for the Indians too. They're going to save a lot of food that way. But look how fat... Man, this is crazy actually. This is crazy. It's 562 food collected versus 204. And Project Belgium has already collected 40 wood as well. So that's kind of crazy. I think Belgium probably got his town center up quicker than Cool. I think it's a little bit too much, even for the Chinese. This is really crazy. Anyway, hopefully that'll even up. Even up sometime soon, or at least for Cool. Hopefully it'll even up. And yeah, Belgium will have to win the next 2 games to win the series. So if you want to see more games in the series, you're probably going to be rooting for Project Belgium. Usually I don't root so much for the players. I always root for the civilization I like better, which is kind of funny. So I always root for the underdog civilization. So I guess I'll be rooting for the Indians in this matchup. And let's take a little bit of a look at this map. So we have town center position for Cool. He's already on gold. His wood is going to be a little nasty as he's going to have to build a lumber camp sometime soon. And that wood is not going to last too long, so he'll have to move out, probably take wood in this area. So he'll probably be very heavy in this area, maybe a little over here. Belgium has woods back here, has 2 shorefish right there. More shorefish, but they're all forward. The benefit to Belgium's position is a little closer to the edge of the wood line over here, so he'll have good wood later on. But his shorefish are also forward. Belgium, with a very quick uptime, he still has 400 more food. Cool is still not up. I think it's pretty pretty safe to say that the Chinese are stronger than the Indians in this particular map. And Belgium, even though he's been up to the next stage, he still has more villagers. That's crazy. Belgium's gonna go with the Scout Rush. This might be a quick game. I hope not. Suomi are so easy to fanboy. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Suomi as well. But they are not playing right now. Surefish. Yeah, my bad. I slur my words a little bit when I cast a lot of games together. Something I could definitely work on as a caster. And Project Belgium will have enough resources to get a stable up. Either that or I had a few too many drinks in this early morning. Someone slipped me a few drinks. Probably not the case. So there's that stable for Project Belgium. Gonna go scouts right away. We'll have enough food. Definitely to do so. Cool is gonna scout the stable, interestingly, with the sheep. So Cool knows he's in trouble. He's already got this this mill palisaded up. That's good. Cool going up without Loom. He's actually gonna have to get Loom right away. I hope he didn't forget it. The brand ambassador right now. Yep. And Cool gonna go with the barracks. Probably go for some spearmen right away. Now remember, the food collected doesn't tell the whole story because, again, the Indians' villagers are cheaper, so there is food saved in that respect. Let's take a look at Cool's resources. As you can see, 400 food in the bank. That's pretty good. This villager's going to be safe. These villagers, however, are not safe, and Loom is still not done. Loom is not done. It is not being done. Any of these villagers gets attacked, they will die. But here we go. Here comes Loom. And here comes a tower for Belgium. Belgium being super aggressive. So all of these villagers are at risk. You're going to want to wait till Loom before they run away. And these could be potentially dead villagers. However, a spearman will come out from Cool. And now's the time to run with the villagers. They should run back to the town center. Spearman almost gets the scalp, but nice micro from Belgium. But the villagers will get away safe, which is most important. And again, for everyone, it is not Blue Platinum, it is Blue Silver that is in the raffle. Who would stream or play AoE2 sober? This game is so hard with the actions per minute as is. I can't imagine playing it with... I mean, I get a little competitive, so it helps take that edge off. I get a little too competitive when I play. I don't like losing at all, so certainly that could be something that could be improved. But this game requires so many actions per minute that just makes no sense. So this mill might go down really quickly. We have a lot of spearmen coming out from Cool. This was the max. The max would add a second barracks and get that armor upgrade. By the way, I did predict that correctly in Hidden Cup 2. I knew it was the max because I saw him get the armor on the spearman. Very unique thing that he likes to do. I digress. I'm just really proud of myself that I got that correct. And most people didn't. So these villagers are in trouble. Certainly Cool is in very much trouble this game. He's still at an eco disadvantage. 23 versus 27 villagers. And for those of you joining the raffle right now, the raffle will be pulled by the end of the second series, which will be in 3 or 4 hours. So make sure you're in the chat by that point if you want to be able to claim the prize. A lot of scouts for Belgium. Belgium looks to have this game. He's in a commanding position. These villagers all could potentially die. Cool is just hitting the gas on spearman production. More spearmen. No offensive plan, certainly. He is surviving. Somehow the villager difference came very close. It's only 3 now. It used to be 4. Yeah, in 2 to 3 hours. We'll be live the whole time. And will any of these villagers go down? This one's very likely to go down. Here comes the spearman, but he gets away. And a few scouts coming out from Cool can finally afford to build scouts of his own. He's building so many spearmen. Almost gets that archer, but not quite. So that archer will do tons of damage versus the spearmen. Not looking good for Cool at all. I think it might be time to use that one tower that you get with that extra stone at the start, with the normal starting stone at the start. Go to sleep for 2 hours. Or you can watch the games. Oh, I'm sorry. It is 1 a.m. where you are. Oh my gosh. Are you Australian? Yeah, it's never easy for us to cater to the Australian audience. There's that one tower. It's going to help protect the gold, help protect these shorefish. Tower is up. But it doesn't protect the woodline in the south. It doesn't protect these shorefish villagers. Well, we'll have more streams with more raffles in the future. Amphibole, however you pronounce your name. So make sure to join in on those streams as well. Perhaps Mr. GPN's would be early morning stream for you on Sunday. Might be a good time to get in on the raffle. Project Belgium going with fletching right now for his one tower. Not looking so good. He hasn't lost any more villagers. That's good for him, though. So he's still in the game. He's having a lot of trouble dealing with these archers. Wanted to quick wall there, but it's not going to happen. A few spearmen here as well. And now going to go with an archer range. Cool still has not lost a lot of villagers. I don't think he's lost a single villager yet. Might lose his first right here. That's a weak one. That's his first villager down. This area is very exposed. It's not very efficient either. Or won't be for too long. And this might be the game. There's too much military here. Fool's gonna buy. Or he's mining stone here. He's gonna get a tower up. The spearmen won't do too much damage, but the archers will. And they have leching. Is she gonna get away? She's good. Oh, almost gonna get away. But didn't quite get there. A lot of these villagers are very low. Tower is up. Looks like 2 villagers going down. Now we have an 8 villager advantage. That is huge for the stage of the game. And it looks like it's going to be even more. These scouts can't really go in there. There's too many spearmen. And I'm just going to say it right now. Just Chinese OP on this map. Very OP. I think Belgium probably got his town center up a little bit sooner. Probably had a better start. But even then, just Chinese are so strong on this map. A little bit of a Civ win, but again, we did have Cool picking the Chinese on the Fortress map. So it was his choice to not use Chinese on this map. And there are previous rounds of this tournament to go back and see how strong the Chinese are, and maybe Project Belgium, maybe Cool didn't do that. So it does come down to the strategy choice at the beginning. And Project Belgium up to the next stage. Cool. 15 villagers behind. Yeah, it is really crazy considering the Indians are the second best Civ. Spanish are okay. But Indians, just on paper, you'd think they'd be so good on this map. And they are. But just not nearly as good as the Chinese. GG on Castle, maybe. Well, good thing for you guys. We're going to get another game. Last game will be the classic map, Continental. A game that, a map that I played a lot growing up, but it is not seen too much on competitive play. Cool, a little momentum. Going to kill a lot of the army of Belgium. Cool is actually up to the next stage. And Cool is going to the counter unit of Belgium. Oh, don't attack the boar. I thought the boar was going to attack the skirmisher. Oh my gosh. Maybe Cool can... See, the villager difference gets me worried. The army's fine. He's going the counter unit, fine. He's in the Castle Age around the same time. But the economy really scares me. But then again, this is Indians' economy. The Indians' economy just gets better and better as the game goes on. The Chinese economy doesn't. The Chinese still have the, you know, they still have more villagers, but their bonus doesn't scale. GG, see ya. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. GPN. And if you've typed !raffle once, you're already logged into the raffle. And not the best angle for Belgium to attack from because of that tower. We have the skirmishes here, but we do have a knight from Belgium. Got to be careful about that. The gate is open, and how much damage can this knight do? It's going to lose a lot of HP to the town center and then the tower. Might be a dead knight. Is it a dead knight? Knight's going to go straight for the back. He could probably kill 1 or 2 villagers. And the skirmishers can clean it up. So it's going to take 19 skirmisher bolts to take down this knight. And a villager's going to take 19 whacks. But that's still a very strong knight. Town patrol being done. What? What? Town patrol? What? That is not a cheap upgrade. It's 300 food and 100 gold. Weird upgrade. Useful upgrade, but still a weird one. And the bleeding continues for Cool. Now down 8 villagers. Are the camels going to be able to clean this up? No, not without the help with the towers. These camels don't even have the armor up. Well, they have the Indians bonus, but they don't have the scale armor upgrade. With the scale armor upgrade, might be able to deal with this. Let's see if Cool loses any more villagers. Looks like he'll lose 2 more. 18 idols, yikes. Oh, geez. Probably misclick. Which civilization are we talking about? Oh, Vietnamese need a way to push. No, Vietnamese are a good late-game civilization. They need an early-game bonus. With every civilization with balancing, you want to balance their weaknesses, as opposed to giving them too many more strengths. So battle elephants are not going to be the way to do it. And husbandry is only going to come into effect in the Castle Age and later. So Camel going to take out the crossbows. Interestingly, Belgium went for Rams. Rams is a very all-in play. Very all-in, as in, because they can take down town centers and buildings very quickly, but mangonels usually are the more solid option. So with Vietnamese, since we're talking about civ balance, you're going to want to give them something in the early game. So extra line of sight on units, resource drop-off points, cheaper resource drop-off point upgrades, some sort of eco bonus that hasn't been thought of yet. Something along those lines. Or a military bonus that comes in effect very early. So mangonels, let's see if they can keep the knights out. There's enough HP on the stone wall. It should work. That's a nice way to kill knights with mangonels. And yeah, this game's over. Cool has done enough to protect his base. But that said, I think Belgium's on 3 town centers. And look at the villager count. It's 54 to 30. It's going to be double. Look at the map control. This game is over unless we see another classic Cool comeback. That's an interesting one, Jiao Keen. That's a very interesting one. If you look at Genie Editor, there actually was plans to have a heavy palisade wall. Probably by Forgotten Empires. That's an interesting one. Certainly that could be viable, but the question is, do you want to encourage a walling playstyle? The score is not too much difference. I think it's due to the KD. Cool has a better KD, but that said, the economy is just so much better for Belgium. 1, 2, 3. So 3 town centers. Third one going up now. I would say that the technology is a little bit better. For an Indians player, these camels are fairly strong. They do need the last armor upgrade. So the army is a little stronger from Cool, or at least it could potentially be. Worst caller for Belgium. He hasn't needed it till now, so who cares? Bosaw for Cool. Oh god, that's a horrible, horrible idea. 24 dadgum. Jeez. Why didn't you give that bonus to the Koreans, right? Then everyone will have so much fun playing the Koreans. Not. That's true, but I think it encourages a playstyle Joukeen that people probably would not like to play. That's already the problem with the Koreans. So Cool trying to get some rating with these camels. He needs to kill a lot of villagers. He needs to kill 20 villagers. Get back in this game. I just don't see that happening. Especially with a conversion right there. And I think Belgium should be able to close this out pretty soon. Again, we'll be moving on after this game to Continental. And it looks like Belgium has a castle. So Cool is definitely not a player that likes to resign early. And I can't blame him for the comebacks that he's had. At least in the series that I've seen. We haven't seen it in so much in this series. Almost saw it with that Franks battle. But this castle basically will ensure the demise of this town center. This gold will not be able to be taken, and that means that Cool will have to move on probably to that gold. And it'll punch a hole right in the middle of the base. Yeah, not everyone is black. Is fat Slav. Joukeen. Chukunu now being made for Project Belgium. Great unit to transition to for late game. All right, Cool. I think it's time to throw in the towel. You have half the villagers. There's a castle on your face from Project Belgium. Project Belgium has more military numbers. This would be a good time to explain what I think are probably the four big advantages you can have in Age of Empires. You could have a technology bonus. A technology advantage. You could have a military advantage. You could have an economy advantage, and you could have a position advantage. And currently, Project Belgium has all four of those. Usually, if you have three of those, if you have one more of those than your opponent, then usually you're in a good position to win the game. If you have all four, it's time to call GG. Cool, only getting wheelbarrow now. Oh, Belgium, why do you keep going for that siege workshop? Alright, is Cool gonna gear up for a fast Imperial Age? It's not really a fast Imperial Age, it's like a no eco Imperial Age. 400 food, 400 gold. Belgium is gonna go for a regular Imperial Age. You've got a fully boomed economy almost. Adding a little insult to injury by converting this barracks. It's a pretty worthless building to convert. And what is this? I'm about to say, I thought Cool was going to get a huge mangonel shot. So here's the Imperial Age for Belgium. He'll be able to get upgrades, get some trebuchets. We know how it goes. Cool. I was looking to see if he expanded out up north and south, but no, that's those are just some sheep from earlier in the game. Now this town center is being denied from Cool. I think we'll see the Imperial Age. How much do you want to bet we'll see a GG from Cool once his opponent reaches the Imperial Age? I'm pretty sure of it. And there's the GG right there, even before. So we're moving on to a final game. So lesson learned, pick Chinese on that map. Alright, score 3-3. Last game. These stakes are high on this last game. Whoever wins will go on to the finals and have a good shot at that, getting the majority of that $1,000. We have a lot of people signed up for the raffle already. I assume probably not everyone will be around at the time of the drawing at the end of the second series in, I don't know, three and a half hours from now. So if you're in the raffle, please stay there because you probably will have a good chance of winning. And the next game is starting soon. "50 seconds and we'll be in the next game. It'll be the final game, Continental. Get ready. I think it's a little too late to be shuffling the bonuses around when the bonuses have been established for a year. The Ian Oakley. But that is a potential option, but I think it's a little late to shuffle the bonuses. There are other bonuses that exist that can be economy bonuses that can be shuffled, or that can be given. Just need a little creativity. Hello everyone, and welcome to the last game in this epic series between Cool and Project Belgium. We are tied at 3-3. Winner will go on to the finals. Very high stakes in this matchup. This is a matchup on Continental. And we have a Japanese versus Vikings War. Project Belgium, bottom left, playing as the Japanese. Cool, top right, playing as the Vikings. Both players have been very strong in this tournament. Most of these games have been fairly close. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this matchup. The winner of this matchup will play in the finals next week. And will play the winner of Golden End versus Classic Pro. Let's take a look at this Continental map, which is one of the classic maps in Age of Kings, really. We kind of have like a little thin part of the island here with some water on either side. These kind of channels. Interestingly, on this particular version, we have quite a bit of land here. Looks like this will have to be walled in 4 different places for Project Belgium if he chooses to do so. And for Cool, only has to be walled in 1 place. So that's a little bit of a different map. Usually, almost always you go for the water and take some fish. And that's usually the focus of the early game. You want to get your dock up in a corner because that's where the most fish are. So these corners would be very viable, perhaps this corner as well. And there's also a lot of fish here in the middle. But fish is important in the early game. It's not as important in the late game because you're going to have to rebuild a lot of docks to keep getting the fish because this water is only like 1 fish thick, I suppose you could say. There's a scout battle going up in the north, and it looks like Cool will be able to take these sheep. These are actually extra sheep spawned on the map. There's 2 extra sheep up here as well. So you definitely want to fight over that. And hopefully Belgium doesn't run into the town center. Let's see. He is not. Yeah, Belgium's a really good guy if you watch him on his stream. He's a pretty good caster. Have you got any of that creativity then for bonuses to be given out? Yeah, there's plenty of options. I actually have I will have a balance patch coming out probably in the next month. I already have most of the bonuses there. I have the DAT mod created through Genie Editor. And keep your eyes out for that. So Scout Cavalry going to take an engagement up on top of that hill. Whoever has the top has the hill bonus, and now we have 19 HP versus 21 HP. It looks like Cool should win it. We're going to have Belgium going to take this tiny little hill there. I didn't even see that one. And now we can go up that hill too. That was a smart maneuvering from Project Belgium. He's actually going to win this fight. I don't think is that scout uphill? It's so close to see. No, the scout was up the hill the entire time. Just barely right there. Very expert level maneuvering right there. I would not have thought of that. So the scout went over to this closer hill over here, and then Cool went up over here. Belgium ran over to the right and took this little tiny elevation right there. And now Belgium has the scouting information. You can see where his opponent's dock is. He has the initiative. Already Cool is going to wall early. Cool always walls early, but he will probably wall even earlier now that he has lost his scout. So if Belgium wants to do something sneaky, build the barracks, an archery range here with the transport ship, he can do it. But if he doesn't want to do that, then Belgium still will have an advantage. Because he'll be able to see where his opponent docks. Cool docking over here. It's a terrible dock. Again, dock in the corners on this map. But this dock, at least it'll have access to 3 fish right away. Belgium's going to go more traditional on the back. And do we have a... Okay, we have like a 1 villager advantage for Belgium. So Cool idled his town center a bit. Both players will get loom and that'll even up 1 villager, but we still have a 1 villager advantage for Belgium. That's kind of crazy. I think one eco bonus that has not been used that would be pretty useful would be the drop site upgrades could be reducing cost. So for example, Bidax, gold mining, and horse collar can all be upgrades that could be reduced in cost, and that's a bonus that has not been used yet. There's plenty of bonuses like that. Project Belgium going to go to gold right away, so we'll see a galley rush. We haven't talked about the civilizations too much. Both of these are water civilizations. We've seen the Japanese and Vikings already in the series, although the Vikings were used on a land map. Japanese, their fishing ships work faster. That's their biggest bonus on water. And their mining camp, lumber camps, and mills are 50% cheaper. Cool, playing as the Vikings. They don't get fire ship. However, their docks are cheaper and their galleys are cheaper, which are 2 big bonuses. And they get the handcart and wheelbarrow upgrades for free, which is a great overall eco bonus. Oh, you're right, the Chinese has that. It is not like a 100% overlap. There are some bonuses that overlap in Age of Empires. For example, the Berbers get cheaper camels and the Byzantines get cheaper camels, although the Byzantines come at it from a different angle. The Goths get cheaper spearmen and the Byzantines get cheaper spearmen. There's a lot of examples like that. So there is some overlap there. It depends on whether you think that overlap is too much or whatnot. Really just depends how you look at the bonus, I think. So Feudal Age coming in for Cool. Belgium has already reached Feudal Age. We'll get those galleys out. The Feudal Age timings are not as important on most water maps because the rush distance is so far. Let's take a look at the player's scouting. As we see Belgium going with a very early barracks. He has saved a lot of wood from being the Japanese. So Project Belgium actually has not found the dock of Cool, which is interesting. And I think that Belgium did lose the scout. Oh yeah, he lost a scout right there. I was talking too much. Not paying attention. Oops, that was Project Belgium. Let's go to Cool. Cool has not seen anything of his opponent, so both players are kind of in the dark. At least as far as where their opponent's docks are. We have a Market Blacksmith up for Cool. He's going to go for a fast castle. Good that he can do that build. Certainly saved a little bit of wood. As fishing ships, his economy will be okay with those free eco upgrades. A little bit of a risky build. Project Belgium, on the other hand, is going to go with 2 archery ranges. Let's see if he can do the damage now. It's going to take him some time to walk across the map, and that is a little bit worrisome. However, Cool has not walled the map quite yet. So if archers can get in, they'll certainly do tons of damage. I wonder if Cool is going to add a siege workshop or go with some town centers early. Or maybe focus a lot on water, or he's going to give up on water. There's a lot of options here. And And again, high stakes, high stakes. Winner of this game will move on to the next round. Cool only going with an outpost there, and he's stonewalling there. So the good thing about, for Cool, for his map, he only had a wall in this, really in 2 places. As opposed to Belgium, who had a wall more places. Cool with an outpost there. Should see this villager of Belgium. Let's go over to Cool's point of view. So he sees the villager. Cool's going to walk himself back. Gonna bring some villagers over. However, Belgium should be sending his archers fairly shortly. Where are they? They are still in the archery ranges. They're taking their time. And Belgium will take the water control. Yes, the other semifinal will be in 1.5 hours. So we'll keep the stream live for an hour. I'll go get some lunch. And everyone can come back at 17 GMT for the last matchup. And interestingly, this village is going to be kept alive behind enemy walls because of the water control of Project Belgium. And this is really weird that Project Belgium has kept his archers at home for so long. He's actually going to use a transport ship. And there's no way for Cool to stop this. Cool is playing this so risky. He is in the castle age. What is his plan? Is his plan galley? His plan is longboat. He went for fast castle longboat. That leaves him very vulnerable to a land assault. And look at this. Project Belgium, 16 fishing ships. He's playing as the Japanese. Where are these 16 fishing ships? Oh, that's 16 military, my bad. 4 fishing ships only, and they're not very efficient. So this is a bad decision. Not a bad decision. It's an unlucky... It's not the right decision for Cool to go heavy on water. I think he should have added town centers on land, because they would help to defend from these archers. Let's see what these archers can do. They are in. Cool sees it immediately. Going to place down some palisade gates. And the archers are going to go for the easy kill on these villagers in the north. Or at least 3 archers are. The other archers going to go over to the right side, causing kind of a panic reaction from Cool. These palisade gates won't last forever. Here comes those longboats. They have bodkin arrow. They are very strong. Yeah, longboat hype. Where's Philip Laban? I think he left. They are so strong. Wow. So water control absolutely will go for Cool's favor. I think he's in a better position this game. But then again, look at the villager count. It's 27 versus 36. And if you're Cool, I think add town centers as soon as you can. Maybe a siege workshop too. Yeah, definitely a siege workshop. Oh my gosh, are these archers going to transport in the one place where this is not walled? They are. That is a crazy good play from Project Belgium. I bet Cool didn't even bother to wall that because he never thought Belgium would transport in that one small place. And now he has, and this could be big damage. Huge damage. Someone's saying GG in the chat, because this is going to be big.
Yes.
A lot of villagers can go down. The longboats can come back, but they're not in position. So many villagers going down. Oh man, is this the end of the series for Cool? This one play right here. That was a bad decision to engage those archers. Trying to get down the stone wall. That wall is still... Well, it's going to get down. Longboats are going to come back. This will buy some time for Cool, but Cool is way behind in the villagers. He does have handcart, remember? So it's not as bad as it seems, but it seems pretty bad. Please nerf the transport ship. Oh, such a misplay from Belgium, losing 6 archers to the town center. And still hasn't walled that off. Still hasn't walled that off. Should have learned by now to wall that off, but still going to lose more archers to the town center. Gonna lose 2 right there. Gonna lose a 3rd. Gonna lose a 4th. Oh my god, the Titanics. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That is the biggest Titanic play I have casted in a long time. 10 archers down to a single town center. Yeah, it's definitely GG. GG for the other player. Oh my gosh. Project Belgium has to be kicking himself right now. Oh my gosh. You lost 10 archers to a single town center. 2 times. Nerves showing in the last game, I think so, yeah. But even then, Project Belgium still has more villagers. Still has the land army. Cool is not going to be making any sort of aggressive land army anytime soon. And again, what Cool should do, he's got this dock in the back. He should absolutely build more docks, build more fishing ships. Make sure he has enough siege to defend at home. And when Cool can afford it, add some town centers. We still don't have a second town center from Cool. He's actually housed pretty badly. Project Belgium has a lot of resources. He has some more villagers going up to the next age. So he's got a lot of resources for his eco upgrades, for his army upgrades. Gonna add a town center right away. What is this town center? I guess it's for their gold. We'll have to delete the lumber camp. Would be good for Belgium, I think, to add a town center into the middle. Get some map control that way. Belgium actually has a lot of villages on stone. Not anywhere near a castle quite yet. And look at this position from Belgium. Belgium's going all in on the land play. As long as Cool has enough siege and keeps his walls up, he should be fine. This is a similar position that we saw 2 games ago, where it was the Italians' war on 2 rivers, where you have the potential for water units to be on each side, and then a defensive position for Cool. It worked out well for Cool in that game. Let's see if it works out well this game. All it takes is these walls need to go down, and a knight needs to come in, and the defense will be down. The wall is down. And here comes the knight. Belgium wants to take out that mangonel. The knight without any armor can't run into the town center. Up in the north, the longboats can take out the stable. Monk from Belgium. This is a solid army. You have siege, archers, knights. Then we have a monastery for Cool. Oh, combat the monks. Mangonel is out in the open. Bring it under the town center at least. Gonna try to get a trade-off there. Is he gonna go 2 for 1? Gonna get 1? Gonna get a second for sure. That's a good trade-off. 2 for 1. The Mangonel's still alive! Okay, now it's down. Okay, so not a good start for Project Belgium. Lost 2 Mangonels to 1. Cool is still surviving. He's gonna have a few monks out. That was the 2x2 farm idea was something that was used in Realms mod. I think it is OP, to be quite honest. And it looks weird too. So it doesn't have my vote. But if you like that, you could always play that on Realms mod. Yeah, that Mangonel fight was crazy. So we're gonna get a few archers there. Good trade. Look at this from Cool. That is a great trade. Trading off the Mangonels plus 3 crossbows. Economies again are pretty even. Actually, I'll say that Cool's economy is actually better, even though he's had less villagers. He has handcart and he has more fishing ships. So Cool's position's pretty good. Someone in Voobly Spectator chat saying, I feel the pressure. Feel the pressure for these 2 players. These players are not used to being in this position, remember. They are not used to competing in the semifinals of tournaments. Usually that... Oh, nice conversion. That might be a game changer. We have redemption on the monks. Japanese monks are good. But usually you have players like the Viper, NBL, Nikov, Doubt, playing in the finals of these tournaments. Not necessarily Cool or Belgium. The nerves might be there. Is that redemption upgrade going to make all the difference for Belgium? What happened to those longboats? Just making sure to keep the water control. And now Belgium's got a castle coming up. He's 100 stone away. Where's he going to place it? I don't see a good position for him to place it unless he wants to transport over. If he transports over, then here would be a good place. Here's another mangonel. Let's see if this monk can convert. No, he can't. He died to the town center. Oh no! Belgium losing way too many mangonels. This push is not working out for him at all. Might go Yasama Towers. He's got a castle coming up. Did Cool research redemption? No, he did not. Cool can't get redemption, but Project Belgium did. I think that's what you meant. Lord, the mangonel play. Yeah, mangonel play has not been stellar this game. So let's see if this villager is going to get that tower up. He's, I don't know how much good it's going to do. So if we could see Yasama Towers, that would be something. Project Belgium is going to have the earlier Imperial Age. Project Belgium has done a good job at home with his economy. And remember the game Project Belgium played as Vikings on that Saltmarsh map? Project Belgium had some really solid economy management, and he's got some really solid economy management this game. Cool. Nowhere near clicking up to the next stage. Well, he's not that far behind. He could sell the wood. He's not too far behind. So Project Belgium, despite not having a successful push, is in a pretty decent position. Gonna upgrade guard tower. That's gonna hold his position for now. Belgium can add a castle sometime soon. Can upgrade to Arbalest, mining a lot of stone. So we could see in the late game, we could see a lot of rams, Arbalest. We will not see infantry from the Vikings because the Japanese infantry will be superior with samurai. Oh, what's in this transport? It's 5 crossbows, and it's going to go down. Belgium getting careening probably for better transport capacity. That was a nice pickoff. One less thing that Cool has to worry about. Cool with the score lead. With the better economy with the fishing ships. But he does not have the Imperial Age quite yet. That's a Titanic, yep. But that said, what damage can Belgium do? Belgium's going to go with the castle. That can do a lot of damage. The longboats are not here to support. They can come over if they are quick. Does Cool see this? He does see it. He's bringing his longboats back. He's got a ram ready. The ram can go to work on the castle. Do you delete the walls? Do you take that risk? It's too late. The castle's up. And he deleted the walls. You want to rebuild the walls. The longboats can actually fit under the castle. I would put them under the castle. Okay, that was a mistake. Now there's an easy way for any sort of units to get through. I guess it wouldn't have mattered because the castle would have broke a hole through the wall. Cool going into the next stage. It's going to be Arbalest or Skirmishers on the cards. I would go Skirms. Then again, Thumbring is not a very useful upgrade then. I would start Skirms, then add Crossbow. We have Project Belgium trying to make a comeback on the water with fast fire ships. So many fishing ships could go down if this occurs. Let's see how longboats do against fast fire ships. Certainly you want Bracer, at least for the longboats. We have 9. Ship attack is really confusing. There's a lot of bonus attack that I don't quite understand, so I'm not going to calculate it up. Yeah, the longboats don't do anything. You need to run with the longboats. Wait till Bracer comes in. And run with the fishing ships. My question for Cool is, do you have a castle? And you should pretty soon. You really need a castle for some trebuchets. Alright, who's going to be able to defend? Is Cool going to be able to defend? Will Belgium crush him right here? We've seen mistakes from both players. Belgium's done a pretty poor job with his mangonels, but done a really good job with his economy. We have Yasama coming in on these guard towers. Guard tower. Guard towers, there we go. Super annoying. This is a really, really good technology. It's kind of OP. It's really good. I hate it. I just hate Yasama because I played this guy one time who was well below my skill level. And it was like an 8-way free-for-all on Pilgrims. He just built Yasama towers and trebuchets in the back of the map, and I couldn't break him with melee. And I was really pissed from that. Ever since then, I haven't liked the Yasama upgrade. It's a really good upgrade. Now Belgium with the water control. Cool still has his longboats, and they have Bracer, but I think they need more than Bracer, and they might need Elite. Will Cool be able to hold 77 villagers versus 90 villagers? Cool no longer is benefiting from the fishing ship, so he is at an eco disadvantage. Land militaries are fairly close. Actually, Cool looks to have even more land military. Cool even having a castle there. Might want to get some docks there. I think the keep is probably overkill. Keep is not a cheap upgrade. But you're not going to be getting any more towers up if you have no army to support it. Nice hit! Nice hit. 5 Arbalists down. Any gold left for Cool? That's a great question. We have enough gold for now, but that will be running out soon. We have a good amount of gold. As long as Belgium doesn't come over here with fires. Cool will be gold for, good on gold for some time. And no more longboats, so no chance to upgrade those to elite. Nice play from Belgium. Good investment from him to go back on the water. Alright, Cool still has the land army, and now he's got a trebuchet. He could push a little bit. He picks the right angle. It's gonna take him some time to get through these towers. So it looks like Cool going into Rams. I think that's a great decision. They'll be better against towers. But I don't think Cool's eco is there, and it's hard for him to get an even stronger eco because he's lacking space. I mean, there's no place to put a town center. The villages are going to be way too condensed. There's enough idols as there is. So Cool's eco is not going to be getting any stronger. Belgium can still... he still has space to expand. He can add villagers in this area. So I'm going to take Project Belgium in this game and probably for the series. There is way too many idle villagers for Cool. He's too crunched in the corner. That ram is stuck on top of the castle. Funny enough. He's building this castle as if it's a wonder. That ram is literally stuck. Is it losing HP? No. Oh, it's not stuck. Okay. It was just inside the castle. So Cool needs to break out soon. He cannot expand. He's kind of being choked. Especially without that water control. Yeah, what is the problem for Cool? It's about the efficiency of the economy. I mean, look at this. There's not enough space, not enough resources for these villagers to take. And I think Project Belgium's got this game. He will be advancing to the next round. And he will be facing the winner of Classic Pro versus Golden End, which will happen in exactly 1 hour from now. And this has been a crazy series. Cool, one of the favorites in this tournament, with a pretty good showing compared to some of the other favorites in this tournament, like Loiza or Rubenstock. Cool taking out Rubenstock, of course. Taking out Nilly. Strong players. Very good showing for Cool. Cool. We'll take home some of the prize money. But even more impressive display from Project Belgium, who was a player I wasn't even familiar with 6 months ago. And yeah. Cool is going to have to stay in this game, build some towers on the shoreline. He's going to have to continue this push, and he's probably going to have to try some sort of crazy ratings in Belgium's map. On the bright side, Cool has been pretty good with building trebuchets. He's got enough trebuchets. He needs a lot. Maybe this game's not over yet. I mean, Cool still has a better land army. Maybe I'm calling this too early. Cool is known for the comebacks. I've called Cool's games way too early before. And if I call this game way too early, I gotta shut up next time and really wait till the actual GGs come in. There's nothing here to stop Rams. One castle down. Come on, Belgium. This game has to be over. You're 40 villagers up. The game has to be over, right? We have galleons on the water. That's good. Belgium going to men-at-arms. How much gold does Cool have? Cool does not have that gold. Cool's going to be running out of gold, so men-at-arms are even better. Where the champion line's even better when your opponent doesn't have gold. But Cool might be reclaiming this gold up here, so that might not make sense. I think just Rams, Arbalest, and Skirmishers is the way to go. Oh man, is this game not over? Oh man. I might have called this too soon. Cool is going to have access to 2 golds and a stone. What in the hell? This is crazy. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, castle's gonna be down. Good. More rams can move forward. These can be upgraded to siege rams, unlike the Japanese. And with this more space, Cool can reboom a little bit. He can move his villagers over here where they'll be much more efficient. He still's got the problem of lack of water control. However, let's see how this transition to champion is going to be. That's really the key. How is champion going to be? I think it's not going to be very effective. As long as Cool can maintain Arbalest production. Right now, he's just doing skirmishers, which is a problem. Cool gonna build another town center there so we can get back into the villager numbers. We might be in for a longer game. Check the market prices. 69.69. Of course, best number. For food and wood, that's pretty good. You can still sell for a while. So one thing about this map, it is hard to get a lot of farms out. So hard to make that champion transition. Where are the champions? They're right over here. So Belgium preparing to go in with his champions. They can't run... Oh, well. Castle's not going to be around for too much longer. Cannon galleon there. 10 Cavalier would clean up Cool's entire army. Yes, that is true. But the Japanese Cavalier don't get the last armor upgrade, so I really wouldn't do that. Rams get bonus attack versus ships? They do not. They should. Why don't they? These are the questions we need to ask. Where's the champions? Champions will die to the Arbalest. Lucky shot on the Trebs. Dry dock coming in for Belgium. Pretty expensive ship upgrade. Making the fire ships faster. Cool's trying to get back on water. He really wants it. I think he's going to need it. I mean, how are you going to get through here without water control? The land army for Cool is much better. These champions are being thrown away. This was a bad decision to go into champion. It should have been just Arbalest, Skirmisher. And, let me take a call, 1 second. Okay, I think it was just advertising. No answer. So, what are all these upgrades? What is Siege Engineers going to get you if you're Project Belgium? 1 range on the bombard cannon galleons, I suppose. But you need army. And finally, Belgium's building a lot of army. This is what he needs. Skirmishes will do. Can you outmass your opponent? You absolutely can outmass your opponent if you have 40 more villagers. Alright, this has to be the end, right? Because we have 40 more villagers for Belgium. Belgium's just going heavy into skirms. What is Cool going to do against skirms? He's going to go berserks? No, it's not going to happen. Make more Arbalest, but that's not going to work. And then still water control for Belgium. Cool has to get water control if he wants to win this game. Luckily, Cool has a ram here and there, keeping him in the game. This has to be it, right? Just how do you stop skirms? You really can't right now. Alright, so it looks like I didn't call that game too early. I think this is over. 65 villagers now for Cool. Belgium has doubled economy. He just gotta... This game's on multi-queue and spam those skirms as much as possible. Bring out the mangonels. You're gonna need Onager at least, and that's an expensive upgrade. Here comes the keeps. That's it. GG or G, as Cool likes to say. Good showing from Cool this tournament. Very impressive play. Got very far in it, but Project Belgium will be the one to go on to the finals. And congratulations to Project Belgium. Wow, what a great showing this matchup. You have to beat some very tough opponents to get here. And good luck to Project Belgium in the finals. We'll be playing the winner of Classic Pro and Golden End. Let's take a look at the achievements. Here we are. Better eco for Project Belgium in every respect. Relic gold. Some nice back and forth in this game from the timeline right here.